Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 509.
Oh, buddy. All right. Hey, you want to get a Asian massage parlor hand job after this? Say what you want, Patriots fans. At least Arthur Blank can still get a hand job from his own wife. Oh, wait, she died.
No.
I forgot about that. I mean, like, still get a girl. That's what I mean.
And the Dolphins owner got rid of Blockbuster Video. That's the worst thing he did. Or actually, starting it was probably the worst.
No, not at the time. It was great.
I know. I guess he had the chance to, like Netflix wanted to do a deal with him back in the day where they were like, hey, why don't you start offering, like, you know, this kind of, because you remember Netflix used to be like they'll just mail you the DVD.
I just canceled my DVD Netflix mail.
Oh my God!
Yeah, some people still do it.
What?
Wow.
I know somebody that still does it because there are some movies you
Yeah,
can't
there's
get on the
certain
streaming
things
service.
you can't get.
Well, who's got a DVD player?
I do.
I don't.
I got a PS4 that plays DVDs.
I don't have a DVD
Blu-rays.
player anymore.
You know, man, I haven't.
I mean, I guess my Xbox One X would do it, right?
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. Don't have an Xbox.
I download games too. I don't even use the
Yeah.
CDs for games.
Welcome to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
Samantha's here. We've got special guest John Busdecker's here.
Hey.
We have Seth Petruzelli's here.
The other type of special guest.
No, I lumped you in on that.
Okay.
We got Butler here. So real quick, this Sunday we're doing our Red Cypress. We called it the pre-cruise party, but it just is turning into just a giant party. We got a re-release of Crazy and Lazy.
Yep.
Our beers.
Oh, they're so good.
One's a pale ale, one's a chocolate peanut butter porter, and you could pick those up this Sunday at Red Cypress Brewery. Starts at 3, and we're also doing a newlywed game. You can only participate if you're going on the cruise because the winner is going to be the newlyweds on our cruise as well.
Right.
And by the way, you don't have to be newlywed, just married
Now,
or just with each other.
Am
Or
I
willing to
in-
swing.
Are we doing a game?
On Sunday, you're going to be hosting it with me.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I
Yeah.
didn't know. I think I told my wife, I was like, well, you might have to be there because we might have to be like in the game.
No.
No.
On the cruise,
Okay,
we'll
gotcha.
yeah, we're gonna have Dan Cummings, his wife, Samantha,
Dude,
Travis.
Dan and Lindsay are. I mean, they will. I'm scared. Like Dan and his wife are very, very close. They're very funny.
You know they don't fart in front of each other.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
weird
yeah,
to me.
that's crazy.
I thought, that is. I found it weird. I was
I don't do
like,
that either.
Oh, me
you
and
don't
my
fart in front of your husband.
Oh, me and my wife crank them out. Like
Yeah,
I'll do
me
one and
too.
she'll do one and I'll do one and she'll do one
That's
and
like
I'll
a-
do one and she'll do
That's
one.
a first date thing. That's a game break. Like if they don't,
First date?
If they don't like it, then I remember my first, like my 18 years old. I remember sitting on the beach with my a date, and I was like, and I just leaned over, just farted, and she started laughing. I was like, cool, she's cool.
You're like, I love her. I love her. Dude.
I dated her for 5 years after that.
Ripped guys can get away with that kind of shit. Me being partially fat my whole life, never crossed my mind to just start farting.
You don't fart in front of your wife?
Yeah. But my wife didn't do it in front of me, or when she did, I get
You ever
mad at her.
farted at her face?
No.
I've
I do
actually
it in my
put my
son's.
bare ass cheeks on her cheek while she's sleeping
I would punch you in
and
the face.
cranked a hot one right into her face.
That I'm
Is that like a power thing? or
No, it was just a prank. It wasn't like I wasn't like jacking it while I was doing everything. There was nothing more. You could try to make it. Everybody these days trying to make make things more bigger than they are.
The Dutch oven's the
It
best
was
part.
literally just a fart. I have a question about that. I actually wrote it down as a topic a couple of weeks ago. We never
Dutch
covered
oven?
it. The Dutch oven. When you, let's say you, because you probably, not probably, you definitely eat the cleanest out of everybody in this room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to give you some Ranko Stankos. So if you got the covers on you and it's just you.
Oh, I waft it in my face to smell it.
I do too.
Oh, is that what you're gonna ask?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already.
I
have to see if it's
there's
like
a
good
reason
enough.
I love you.
Yeah.
I also fart. I fart and I hold it under the covers and then I just crank like a little hole open
Just
so
so
it goes
smell
into my
it.
wife. You know,
Oh,
so it
to your
leaks
wife.
out. It's a systematic leaking.
Yeah.
First time
It's
I-
calculated.
First time I did it with my ex, I was like, "Hey, you want to play a game?" She's like, "Yeah, what?" Like confused. I'm like, "It's called Cave." She's like, "Okay." She got kind of excited, and I just ripped like a badass, disgusting fart like 30
Yeah,
seconds
yeah.
prior. Then I just put the covers over both of us, and she's like, "Ah!" You know, freaked out.
Yeah.
So-
Because
Gotta
I
trick 'em.
think most people are immune to their own. Like I'll fart and I'll know it smells bad, but something in my chemical makeup doesn't allow it to be repulsive to me. It makes it more of I'm more like proud of how pungent it is.
Yeah. You know what?
I'm with you on that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I honestly
Well, it's
believe
been
there's
inside you,
I think
so-
there's science behind that. Like I
Yeah.
think that
It's supposed
gonna
to be good for you. I read that.
it's gonna
Your own smell
smell
is good for you.
worse to you than it would to me. It's gonna
Definitely.
be like, okay, I know that that's bad, but it's also like Bustiger said, it's part of me. So I'm not unaffected by it, but you are like vomiting in a trash can.
Yeah.
You're freaking out.
You know what's weird though?
Molecules are different.
Tommy was taking a shit the other day, and he's like starts gagging, and then he starts trying to I had to teach him to put his T-shirt over his face. I'm like, put your T-shirt, and
You
but he
tell
was
him to enjoy that stuff.
but he was disgusted by his own shit.
Oh,
and,
no.
and I thought that was odd,
That's
right?
not a good sign. That's not a good sign.
Weak kids.
You don't know.
Your kids can't even handle their own shit.
The thing I don't like is if my dog doesn't like it, then I think I have like cancer brewing in there when I fart out. Like, because dogs can smell like cancer
Okay,
and
your
tumors.
dog
So
smelled
if
your
my
cancer
dog's-
fart.
Smell your fart cancer.
Well, I don't know if they're sitting next to me and he runs away. I was like, oh shit, maybe he smells something bad that's not supposed to be in there.
I gotta get some more fiber because lately mine have been sticky. They're like melted crayons.
What?
Going back to antiquated.
I swear to God, I used a half a roll of toilet paper in there, and then when it swirled around the bowl, it looked like a goddamn Rorschach in there.
Going back to DVD players and antiquated technology, the other day, me and Butler went to a sales meeting, and then
I
between
know what that means.
the sales
You
meeting,
guys are going to get jacked off at old Bobby Kraft's Asian massage parlor.
we'll talk about it. But after that, I had some time to kill, so I was like, let's see what old Jim Colbert show was doing. I turned it on. He was actually out. Apparently, he's got some dizzy spells or whatever.
Yeah, I felt bad because he wasn't on the air.
Yeah. I was listening
Is
to it.
this it for him? Is this the
He
end?
was at the doctor all day.
I mean, he looks like he's dying.
You know, I feel bad. I'll be fully transparent. I found I didn't know what was going on. You know, there's so much going on around here, and I got really stoned, and I was just flipping through the internet, and I saw him getting some sort of neck treatment with a doctor, and because it was on his page, I thought, oh, they're doing a radio bit or this is a client. Apparently, that's not the case. Apparently, it's a serious thing.
Who's this? I'm sorry.
The Dirty Jim
Okay.
Colbert.
Oh, Jim.
But he was on his stomach, and they turned his neck, and he had a big pack of Franks on his neck,
Like hot dogs?
and you could see a line. So I photoshopped a nose and eyes on the back of his head, and then the line was his mouth. Here, I'll
You
show
started
it to
this
you.
off by
I thought
saying
you
you
said
were
you feel
worried about
bad.
No,
I
didn't.
feel bad.
No, that's
so-
why I didn't post it or anything because I was like,
You just did it for your own.
No, it's before
To
I
make
found
yourself
out.
feel better?
Here, look, I'll show you.
Guy has
I'll show you
vertigo,
what
and
I
you're
did.
making fun of him.
But you should post that. That's hilarious.
Well, now I want to see it.
Yeah, I took the line on the back of his fat neck and I made that.
Show it to Twitch.
Okay, I'll send it to myself and I'll put it up for Twitch
Ah.
so they can see it.
Yeah.
He's gonna be mad as fuck at me.
Yeah. So apparently he had vertigo.
Does he
or
have vertigo?
something. Yeah.
Oh,
He won't know how to hit you then if he has vertigo.
Oh man, too soon.
But so anyway, but while I was, and I don't get to listen to terrestrial radio that often, if ever, but it went to break or whatever, and then the traffic report came on.
Yeah.
And then that got me thinking, and I posted this on the BDM page because I was seriously. And this is not talking shit about terrestrial radio or anything.
I thought it was funny. It's pretty funny, right?
It's funny.
But
You can see it twitch.tv/Tom and Ian Live. All right, there you guys go. Now, don't say I never shared anything with you. Jesus.
I started thinking to myself, I was like, why or who are they doing the traffic report for nowadays? I'm like, is this helping anybody? And then I posted this.
And then you said, I'm really not trying to be a dick.
I wasn't. Because everything is like when you post something, it's
But
like
I didn't think you're being a dick at all. I thought it was a pretty reasonable question.
It's just because we bag on terrestrial radio a lot, so I didn't want it to come off like that. But I was like, why are they doing traffic reports anymore on terrestrial radio? And then some people are like, not everybody has a smartphone or whatever, GPS, so this done for that. But I was like, okay, well
they don't matter.
Well, even if you didn't have a smartphone or GPS, because I assume nowadays the vast majority of everybody, if they don't know where they're going, is putting in, using Google navigation or Waze or whatever, and they have live updated traffic reports like 2 seconds.
Dan Paul in our Twitch chat room just nailed it. I don't know if you can see what he wrote. I don't want to spoil your diatribe, but
I have a question.
He hit the nail on the head.
Well, there's 3, the sponsor thing, but okay, but let's go over these things. So, okay, first, if you don't have a smartphone, then that's what the traffic report is for guys that don't have that. But I was like, okay, well, how small is the audience that doesn't have a smartphone and is lucky enough to hear the traffic report and it's relevant to them and their destination? Because, by the way, if you hear it, or for it to be relevant to you, you'd have to hear it with enough time for you to then go a different way because there's traffic. Most of the time you'd be hearing it and you're already stuck in the traffic that you're in there. So I'm like, okay, there's that. Then someone said, well, if you're going to work every day, no one's using your phone. So, you're not
I
getting...
got CarPlay and my phone will immediately tell me to be like 5 minutes, a shower is starting. There you go.
Shower.
Oh,
like
weather
for the
report.
weather. Yeah. I mean, it'll say in your area, no matter where I'm at, it just location services are always on. It'll be like rain is stopping in 2 minutes. And it's usually, 90% accurate. It's really good.
Is anybody actively listening to a traffic report on terrestrial radio before they go to some place? Then
on their clock radio?
Or
I have a radio in my kitchen where I listen to it every morning.
Oh, man.
It's just the radio. Yeah.
What do you listen to? Like
NPR?
NPR?
Yeah. When I'm getting my coffee ready and my making my eggs.
Is it next to your stack of DVDs that you
No, but you also under my bed, out of the way.
You also came from that world, and I feel like you'd be more likely to want to hold onto that old antiquated shit.
Well, no, I purposely bought a radio because I didn't want to have to connect my phone to something. I didn't want the Amazon Echo. I literally just wanted a radio.
Why didn't you want an Amazon Echo?
Because I don't need it.
It'll change your life. You can say Amazon. You can say Alexa, make coffee.
Yeah, all I do is hit it on. It's on the station I want to listen to.
You have to physically grab it and turn it.
Just yell at it.
Literally just say, "Hey Google, play this."
Yeah, and you can turn on your lights with the Echo.
Don't need it. I can turn on my lights with my fucking hand.
No. Have you seen your hand?
Are you an animal?
Gross.
You use your hand?
But to answer your question, if the lady on the radio says, there's a 20-minute backup or an hour backup on I-4, I'll know, okay, don't go that way. Or I don't actively
but it's
listen.
old news. Here's
not always.
It's to make other people feel good that you're not stuck in that traffic. You're like, I'm not driving on a floor. No, it sucks me. Those
Do you
nerds.
also know how often, because Tom and I did this, do you know how often they record the weather and traffic and how they fuck around like everybody else? And that it's all old shit.
Well,
the weather report is recorded this is Tom Terry. I'm in the...
Oh, yeah, that's not live at all. They did that
And traffic,
yesterday.
sometimes they cut it, and sometimes they're out smoking cigarettes, they miss it.
I'll hear a morning traffic report in the evening.
Right.
Yeah,
And I'm like, what?
They don't get it all
That's
right, but
because they're out smoking.
It's
You guys
probably
should have
more
that.
if there's a big if something's blocked for 2 hours, that's a big deal. All right, then I'm not going to take I-4 west. But you're right, the 10-minute delay, who cares?
it just seemed to me like a super antiquated thing to still be delivering to people as a hey, this is a public service. I will tell you the traffic. I'm like, the fact that you use it, maybe I'm wrong. I'm like, maybe more people.
I'm probably in the minority.
Yeah, maybe
for a
more,
lot of things.
more people use it and actually pay attention to the traffic report on the radio than I think. I've said the same thing about weather too. I was like, who the fuck watches the local weather on the TV
I used to
or
love
whatever?
News 13. I used to literally have it on there 24/7, just playing in the background.
Same thing over and over.
For the weather on the I know, and I loved it. I don't know why. I felt really good
it
about
was
it.
like a comfort
I felt
thing.
like a good sense of peace listening to.
Do you
that in the
remember
background.
my favorite newscaster, Rod Johnson? Remember Rod Johnson, the black guy? I used to love that guy. I'm Rod Johnson.
I don't know, but you guys should hire me to do your news and weather, or do your weather and traffic.
We should do it on a podcast.
Yeah, do it on the podcast. So it's not even relevant.
Seth Petruzelli with the no fat girls allowed traffic.
There's a giant hippo blocking the traffic. She got in an accident because she can't drive either.
And then the
happening.
the sponsors thing, I understand, like, yeah, because it's sponsored, but for
the NPR doesn't have sponsors.
Yeah, no, I know.
He just reads the traffic.
But they do is underwritten
They do.
by.
I don't think their traffic
They do
is, though.
little.
Yeah, it sponsors
it's
without saying
little
it.
clever ways to get around that.
Oh,
you know?
Kramer says that you spend sponsorship money on NPR, and but it's just like their donation.
Thanks
is,
to our donors, the Kramer Law Firm.
Yeah.
One firm for life. .com. Now here's some jazz that you won't like, and we'll never say the name of it.
He also said, "Oh, expensive."
Oh yeah.
Also, I'm going to Legoland tomorrow, and I've never been there before, and
it's awesome.
Is it awesome? Because I feel like it's not.
Why would that sound
You're a little
awesome?
old for Legoland.
No, it's for my kids, but
Legoland's for kids. Like it's purposely made for kids 12
Little
and under.
kids, yeah.
Little kids.
what do they have there? What
They
am I
have
looking
little
at?
roller coasters.
Do they have alcohol?
I think they have drinks there. I don't know. That's a good question.
I think
don't
they do
know.
have beer.
I think so.
Just get shit faced.
Yeah.
He's probably going to take
Fun?
an edible.
Should embarrass your children.
Yeah, totally.
Knock over someone.
Have your shirt off.
Some fucking Hulk statue shatters into 1,000.
I'm bigger
words.
than this thing.
Yeah. I know the last time we were there, or in that area, it was pre-Legoland, and it was Cypress Garden, right?
Yeah,
Which
Cypress
is like the
Gardens.
original theme park in Florida.
And we, as the Monsters Goof Band, were playing the stage that's in the water park that's there.
Still there, and they still do a water park show. Or like a water skiing show. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, they do a water skiing show?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Lego
know that.
themed.
Are they dressed in like a Lego man on skis?
I think
I
there's,
watched the shit
I think
out
there's
of
like
that.
a pirate themed Lego.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is there a Lego man that
Oh, yeah.
water skis?
Oh, yeah.
All
that's
right,
dope.
boom, now
I
back
think
in.
so. I think so.
In there.
Yeah.
They have a lot of the old Cypress Gardens stuff there.
God,
too.
to watch that guy drown. It is just a big Lego man floating. God, that'd
The
be
terror of
horrible.
not being able to kick or swim.
He's like
Fucking
literally
the
drowns in 2 inches of water in
Yeah.
his helmet.
Yeah. Just right above
That was terrible. Everything is awesome. Oh, fuck.
It's way out there though. Winter Haven's.
Yeah,
that's a drive.
Oh, I know.
Aren't you staying at the Lego Resort
hotel?
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
spender.
Is it expensive?
I mean,
my wife said it was
He got the Ninjuku
150
room.
bucks a month.
Yeah, or whatever. What is it? Ninja. They have
Ninjago.
Yeah,
Ninjago.
Ninjago,
Yeah,
whatever it is. Yeah.
Seth, you're connected in the wrestling world. Are you still doing that?
Doing
Like
what, wrestling?
no, like training wrestlers to.
Nah, they call me once in a blue moon to help like hold pads for some videos and stuff like that, but not a daily thing, no.
Because I listened to like some sports podcasts, and there's rumors that Gronk is going to retire and then go to the WWE. And I know, Daniel, you like wrestling. What do you like? And people are talking like, how well is he going to do? And I'm like,
I think athletically, I think he could do okay because he's a strong guy. But like cutting promos and talking, he's a dum dum. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be stupid.
But Ronda Rousey, she's not the best at cutting promos either, and they'll just
It's up to the
they'll
other guys to
curve it.
quote put them over.
Yeah. I mean, but he's got a big enough personality that everybody, I'm sure, in the wrestling world. I mean, you know more than I do, but everybody wants to see Gronk in there doing something.
I don't.
No?
Yeah. I prefer he stay away because it's just a gimmick.
Well, so is Ronda Rousey. So is everything. Isn't it all a gimmick?
I mean, it is and it isn't. You know, like I could have done without Ronda too. Like I like the characters that they have. I like the people that are dedicated to it.
You don't like them crossing over
I
from
don't
one.
mind it, but it's not my favorite thing because you know it's gonna have like a shelf life.
Yeah.
You know, like he's gonna be hot for like one WrestleMania and then he's out. And I mean, I just think it's a waste. I'd rather them invest in the people that actually care about doing it for life.
And that started as
Yeah.
they wanted to do this as
Yeah.
a career. Yeah, it does kind of.
You're gonna get more out of those people, you know, and they're the people that really want to do
Oh,
it.
they're getting a lot out of Ronda. They're making money up.
She did good. I mean, she's really come a long way, and even cutting her promos, I think she's done better.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been far worse people that have done that jump.
True.
So,
Also, let me ask you guys this: I got a bunch of coupon books at home.
What kind of book?
I got
Coupon?
that sell for my son's school.
I don't want any.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need it.
And I started bitching about it last
What
night
kind
to
of
my
coupon?
wife. It's
do that stuff?
What happened to world's most famous chocolate?
They
What
still
happened
do
to
that.
wrapping paper? What happened to fucking popcorn?
It's not wrapping paper season.
Yeah.
I don't want a coupon book.
That's what I said. I was screaming how stupid it is. I'm like, and then
he's like, I'm just trying to sell these.
Well, are they like Butler's blowjob coupon books?
my wife started. She's like, look how she was like, no, but these
He
are.
got all high and left it here and had to make a new one. Then he found it in his car.
Hold on,
Right? Isn't that what happened? That's
Wait, what's in the coupon book?
I'm gonna call my wife.
one
now
free
because-
coupon to heaven. Is it a religious coupon book? I'll buy that.
No.
Has it got a coupon to heaven?
It's, what I told my wife was like,
Half off wings.
when's the last time?
But they're not chicken wings. They're fucking Gideon.
Angel-
Who here has ever brought an actual paper coupon and used it?
So
I have.
my mom's in
Not-
town right
not
now.
anytime
I think that's
she
the
would
most
totally
cop
pay
out gift of all time. I've gotten a couple of those too.
I use
One
the
free car wash.
I use the Bed Bath & Beyond, like the 20% off ones.
But all their
because
stuff's 20% more expensive anyway.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
but they compound. So if you bring like 4 of them, you get like 70%.
I just
off.
signed,
Yeah.
I literally yesterday I just signed up for the year-long 20% off everything, every purchase.
Oh yeah,
Off the entire thing. It's
Yeah, yeah.
$20 for the year.
I love it.
I
I
started
go in
thinking
there and
about
I'll
filling them out. I
butt
was like-
fuck the scrub daddies. All of
Wait,
them.
what?
All
What?
scrub daddies.
What's the scrum?
Scrub daddy, scrub mommy, daisy daddy,
What is that? Is it like a
eraser daddy, big daddy.
I know Magic Eraser.
No, you guys aren't familiar with the scrub
I
daddy
don't go to
product?
Bed Bath &
Is it for
Beyond,
cleaning your
ever.
body?
It's the little smiley face man. He has a mouth cut out and eye holes, and the eye holes you put your fingers in it to scrub. And it's in cold water, it's porous and hard. In warm water, it's soft and pliable.
Okay. But what do you
good.
scrub?
You
A
scrub your
dishwasher
plates.
or
You
your
scrub
body?
your plates.
Oh.
Stuff.
How much is this coupon book?
Scrub
I
mommy.
got my wife on the
Scrub
line.
mommy's got a sponge on the backside of scrub daddy.
Oh, so she can clean.
Yeah, it's a
Good.
daddy on the front and a mommy on the back. I'm pro scrub daddy.
Can you
if
fold-
they're listening, support us.
Can it fold laundry and stuff like that too?
No, that's a real mommy. You'll never have one of those. I'm gonna get beat up today.
That's one for Dan.
Oh, shit, I'm usually not on the board.
No, I know. That's why. I was-
that's why. Look how so shocked and surprised he is.
I got my
I'll catch up soon.
My wife's on line one. I'm gonna ask her about this stupid coupon book.
Online one.
You're not selling these very well.
It's the original scrub mommy. It's Crystal Van.
She can scrub anything she
So-
wants.
Hey,
Babe,
Hey, your boyfriend's here. He said you could scrub anything you want.
What's up,
come
beautiful?
on.
oh, hey.
Wow, she sounds really excited to hear from you.
Someone's out to scrub her panties after this.
Come on.
Why do
Yeah.
you always take it too far?
Is that too far?
You what? Come on.
Is that too far? Because
No, I
I've
don't
seen
think it's
I've
too
seen
far.
his pecker in his Instagram pictures, and it's
And those are too far also.
it's thick.
Oh, come on.
It's as big or bigger than Carrot
It's not
Tops.
too far. It's too girthy.
So,
It's a triple tuna. It's a tuna can stack. It's
okay.
like 5 cans of cat food
not
taped
that
together.
The coupon book, babe, that
Oh, my-
that Tommy's selling for school that I guess goes to, first, what's the money go to?
Jesus.
It goes to the school. I don't know. I don't know exactly. It goes to the school.
Does it go to the homeless population around the school?
I don't think so.
Oh, shit.
They're not allowed there anymore.
Oh my
They're
God!
trespassed.
Did you talk about that?
No, we didn't talk about it.
Don't talk about that.
How
that was a lucky guess.
how much is a
I want to know more about this stuff.
how much is a coupon book?
It's only $25.
God damn!
Only
Hey.
$25.
Hey, it's $5,000 in savings.
Now, I feel like nowadays
$5,000.
this goes.
$5,000 plus.
She keeps going.
I'm never gonna have to work again. I quit my job after I buy this coupon
Thing
book.
sells itself.
This goes along with the traffic report on terrestrial radio. I feel like why haven't schools and all these organizations that sell stuff to raise money, why haven't they gotten current?
What would you
and-
buy? If
No,
you
just
won't buy a coupon
first of
book?
all, you should do it all
Anything.
online. There should be no physical coupon book. You
Oh.
can start there.
Every school should have an app.
Tom, I'm glad you brought that up because this coupon book comes with a bonus mobile savings app, and you can download the mobile app, and you can use the coupons on your phone instead
right.
of carrying around the book.
That's better.
But then they took it a step further and still printed the book, not only to waste money, but to kill the earth.
Also, what can I get? What are some of the things in this coupon book?
All right. $5 off when you spend $20 at Whole Foods.
15 DVDs for 1 penny.
Never been before.
That's not bad.
No.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
not
you get a free meal at BurgerFi. Buy one get one free. You got Dunkin' Donuts,
That
Brio,
means you got to be going somewhere.
Jeremiah's Italian Ice.
Too much
Lots
sugar.
of stuff in here.
I've never been to any of those places.
Well,
Maybe you need to broaden your horizon.
I guess so.
Is it me because I do a lot of weird things that normal people don't
What do you mean?
Well, like I've never
jack off into plants.
yeah. There's don't talk about it. There. What I'm saying is like I would never remember. Like say I'm sure we've already bought this coupon book, of course, and we already have the app. And like even if Crystal put it on my phone, I would never remember to bring it up, and then while I'm checking out, be like, "Oh, let me."
That's what I have so many coupons and like buy one get one things in my console.
Yeah.
I never remember to use any. of that.
Yeah.
And then when
You
I
guys
gift
are
card.
talking like true rich people.
No. It has nothing to do with that. Like I've been
Maybe a little
poor
bit me, yeah.
in the past, and have had coupons, and while I've been poor, still don't use them because for whatever reason I just forget to use the damn thing.
Now,
when I'm
my
at the
wife,
place.
no, this will not come
No,
as a shock
yeah,
to you. She will go online, the Publix app, and add everything that we need digitally. And then when they get up there, do you have any coupons? And she gives them their phone number, and then automatically, like, $20 comes off our grocery bill.
Really?
And I'm like, all right. I was
Okay.
like, it's magic.
You know,
I was like, she's magic.
Whole Foods have
That's
that?
kind of what I'm saying. Is like you have to be well organized for these things to even work.
Agreed. I agree.
Right? And I'm
That's where
sure.
the scrub mobby comes in.
Yeah. I'm sure there's people that are so well organized. Like, isn't there a TV show about people that go to the grocery store and then like they buy 10?
Extreme couponing?
Yeah. And
yeah,
then
but
they
they
get
do
out of-
stupid shit. They're like, I used this coupon and figured out a loophole. Now I have 15 boxes of cereal. And it's like,
Yeah.
but I live alone. It's like, well, no, you're an idiot. I mean,
It's waste,
meaning-
right?
Yeah, it's
And
a
they,
waste.
they have
No,
like
I
a
like
cellar.
it if
They have
they-
a cellar full of like all that
Either
stuff.
that,
It's
they
weird.
either hoard it or they like
Yeah.
give it to their friends and family, which is like fine. Screw the system. Give away your free box of cereal to your friends.
I don't want your
Yeah, but it's like
stinky box of
crackling
cereal.
over. It's some garbage cereal, too.
Yeah, it's all like generic Bobo brands.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like-
Well, those are extreme. Those are professional extreme couponers. This book is made for the average Joe, like you or me. You can enjoy buy one get
She's
one
reading it.
admission to Pirates Cove.
So wait,
Pirates Cove.
Pirates
Wait, that's
Cove.
the nudist resort. I'll go buy one, get one dongers.
so wait, is
Monkey
Tommy?
Joe's.
Who's selling these? You guys or?
You gotta send your
It's
sons
supposed
door to
to be
door like
Tommy.
I
Yeah.
This is all just
Hey,
to
you should
sell
have
some-
brought some. Tommy could have sold me some coupons.
did. Yeah. You need to
So,
send them door to
this
door
is-
like my dad did with the world's finest
Well-
chocolate. It made me gritty after walking into that old man's house and having him expose himself.
Here's the problem. I used to speaking of
I was stronger after that.
our buddy Jim Colbert, I used to yell at him on the air when we were on the morning show together because when his kids were in high school, he one day brought like some coupon book or whatever
And
that
he
his,
guilted us.
his volleyball team was doing.
I'm buying
and,
some shitty wrapping paper.
and then I did a whole 1 minute comedy yelling about how like it's so cheesy to sell this bullshit.
you
to
need
your
to take
friends.
Tommy over to Mr. Colbert's house.
And then I screamed about how he was rich. Just buy it all for yourself. If the whole point was to raise money, just buy everything.
Talk to Jordan over here at the Publix and have him stand in front out like the Salvation
I
Army.
hate
Oh, I
that,
annoy them
though.
so
I would never do it. Too
I
much.
avoid them.
hate that.
He would
you
sell
guys-
out in a day.
Do you guys try to avoid that?
I don't look up, and then I get on my phone. I'm like, yes, Mom.
Oh yeah.
Every time I'm,
I'm
like,
on the
Mom,
phone
yeah.
constantly.
I
As soon
hate
as I
it
walk
too,
by, I'm
but
always
he'd
on my
sell
phone.
out.
I sometimes give him $1 or two, but
Oh, guess who tried to get me yesterday when I was going to ABC Liquor Store?
What?
Raccoon in the Box.
No, the
And I had headphones in, luckily. And he's like, and I was like, I'm sorry, I got headphones in, man.
nothing
Nothing was- nothing was
don't
playing.
acknowledge them because then they
Nothing-
know that you're
nothing
talking,
was
'cause
playing
you
in
can
there.
just pull the earbud out. You
No.
just act like you don't see or hear him at all.
No, I left them in. I was like,
He's special.
I got in here. I'm
how
dying.
many of these books you got to sell?
I have no idea.
Well, here's the problem. The deadline was like months ago, and
Oh.
I committed to
Months ago.
selling 6 of them, so I just had to buy them all.
So now this
Money
whole
wells,
ploy is I'm
money
going to
wells.
sell them all back to you guys.
Yeah. What are you gonna give us a cut?
Yeah, I was gonna say, give it $10.
I'll buy.
I'll
I'll buy if it's $25. I'm in for $10.
You buy, If you buy this book for $25, I'll give you $5,000 plus in savings.
I'm like, wasn't your dad that burned all his blinds because someone tried to?
it was our grandma.
Oh, great! Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll burn it because you're trying to rip me off.
How about I'll buy one, but you throw in one of those pictures you used to send Tom back in the day.
I
don't remember that.
Also, this is embarrassing. I guess I dropped Tommy and Max off at school every day, and then Tommy's teacher came to me and started asking me questions that I had no answers for. And one of them was,
"Why do you always smell like booze?"
She started asking me,
"Why did a wine bottle fall out of your pocket?"
She's like, "What school is Tommy going to next year, like kindergarten?" And I don't know. I was embarrassed because I was like, "Oh, there's still lots of
Options.
we're looking at all." And she's like, "Your registration's like next week or whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah. There's the we're
He's just spreading out his hands.
You know what? He's gonna take a year off and travel Europe.
Find himself.
Yeah. Before he truly commits to the kindergarten."
We got a lot of offers, and he just hasn't committed to a school yet.
I was like, you have to talk to my wife. I don't know. I'm a bad dad. I have no idea.
I'll tell you, I'll take all the coupon books and we'll be even on the $150 you owe me.
No, how dare you?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wait, how many coupon books did you actually sell?
No, then we forgot all of them, and then
okay.
Did they sit on the island where the mail is?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
And they got buried with other mail. And,
No, our
trash.
friend Francis bought one from me because I donated to his kid's walkathon. See, and I thought that's how this works. I donate to your kid, you donate to my kid. But,
Why didn't you ask me? I'd have bought one.
Well, technically, our company donated to his walkathon. So
Wait, hold on a second.
we had $6 a mile.
You did it too? I donated from us.
Uh-oh, we got double dip.
Francis, you're a fraud.
All right, babe. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
Let's do a shot.
Okay, let's do it.
No, we've changed. Rebecca Creek no longer working with us, but we can do a shot. What are we doing today, Butler? You got a toast? We got a Jameson. We got a Jameson.
Jameson.
Oh,
Jameson.
if you had some pickle juice and some hot sauce, I would have been in for this one.
We have hot sauce. We don't.
Why do
Tom
you
likes
need
to call
that?
it as Jamerson.
It's a pickleback, man.
Oh.
Jameson, splash of hot sauce, and the pickle juice.
You can still drink the Jameson without that.
Some Adderall up your butt. It's perfect.
All right.
I got that.
Is this the Price is Right music?
This is Butler's toast music.
What do we got here?
All right. A drunken life is one of splendor, but not for pussies that like it tender. So here's another day, another bender, no retreat, no surrender. Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
My clear Jameson shot.
It's actually really good.
Mine's smooth.
Yeah.
Cheers to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, one of our sponsors. Go by your local ABC, pick something up.
Whew.
Pick up some Red Cypress, some White
Rattled
Claw,
my eyeballs.
and use the hashtag TDABC, and you could win a prize.
Maybe they could bring in like a liquor of the month or something.
I know, yeah. We'll talk to him about that.
Liquor of the week.
Look at in the back.
Good idea. Steal Bustekker's idea. I'll bring up this. So, I know we've talked about this a lot. I'm trying to get better.
At planning the show?
Yes.
I think I have diarrhea now.
And I'm trying.
Just lost the Jameson sponsor.
About doing
No,
it.
it's not. It wasn't them. I didn't say the Jameson.
Dude, you had a. That's a bigger. That's a goddamn candle holder.
You did ask for a big one.
He's got a tuna can Dan shot.
Oh,
my shotgun fits in that. It's a giant.
Oh, I got a big old cheeseburger pussy shot.
Yeah. Plus, you haven't been drinking. You're gonna be fucked up. Man.
Oh,
I
you're
have
wasted.
diarrhea now. It's bad.
Your face is turning red.
I feel crazy.
Yeah, what's the matter with you right now?
Oh, I don't know. I'm all hot.
Plus, you've had way too much caffeine.
That's like 3.5
You already drank
shots.
a Monster, and now you have a jumbo Red
Oh, yeah,
Bull.
we
my
switched.
gosh.
Jesus, we switched his out first.
You're drinking Old Duels and 10 ounces.
I gotta
get my goddamn life together.
Well, you just counteract.
Yeah, before they's like, Seth, I'm doing good. I'm only
today-
drinking on Fridays. And today's no duel.
No, I don't.
Fucking shot.
I don't drink. I have the
32
one
ounce.
shot. These guys know I've had the one shot.
Uh-huh.
So this is today marks 3 weeks of not drinking. But I don't count the shot because we all do it together. But that one, that is getting me.
But having 50 ounces of sugar-free generic Red Bull down your
this
gullet.
is only six. This is only
whatever.
64
Well, that's
ounces.
after your monster you had earlier.
So I was off by.
It says 10 servings in this can. It's fine, absolutely fine.
Jesus.
I don't know what you're talking about. I know health.
So a while back, I told Seth, I was like, "Listen, we bully you a lot, especially me on the BDM page and all the shit, and our listeners started bullying you." Anyway, so
None of your listeners do.
to pay you back,
I'll fuck them up.
Oh my God, what is happening?
you think there's one of our listeners anywhere that
asked
can
the
beat
question?
you up?
No.
All right.
I would guess no.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to start digging into our military guys.
Yeah,
that have had some
but
tactical
Oh God!
training.
Don't even go to that argument
MMA.
again.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Can
I'm
you
just
beat up a
saying,
Navy
I
SEAL?
mean, we
Well,
it would be possible for us to find somebody that's probably in our armed forces that's in good shape, but I don't know if
No,
he,
they'd have to be.
it's
They'd have to be a
different- it's
professional
different-
MMA
Exactly,
fighter.
it's different than even in that world. Yes, you know how it's self-defense, but are you like
trained
programmed
fighter.
to fucking
Yeah.
kill people in an octagon?
Lee said he could always beat you up. I'm just saying.
He did. He did.
Wait, did he legit say?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
He probably still says it. If you want to fly to
I'll go
England,
find
So, in an effort to
He got mad. He's like, wait, what?
You're good. You're getting good at this, Sam.
I take everything very literal. Like, oh, really?
I honestly feel like I'm going to
I feel
squirt
like Seth
diarrhea on my
doesn't know that I joke at all.
I might have to leave the show like Kramer does all the time.
don't talk.
Don't talk about it.
To show our gratitude to Seth for coming on the show.
He's a good
messing
sport.
around.
He's a good human being. He's always supported us since day one.
You owe me money anyway.
So we owe you $150.
Dude, why don't you just fucking pay him? You want me to just write you a check?
No.
Oh my God.
He's fine. Seth is rich.
Something's going
not
on.
rich. Why do you keep saying that?
Something's going on here.
He got like a $200,000 Kimbo bonus for.
Dude, that was 100 years ago.
Yeah, but if he invested it,
I did. That's all I did.
Does it look like he invested it?
Oh shit! That's one for him. That's one for him.
So a while back, the Orlando City did a campaign to release their MLS.
It was the 2015 Orlando MLS campaign,
Yeah.
and you probably wouldn't hear much about that, but you and I were actually the people that kind of spearheaded that and made that happen, even though they decided to flush our careers down the toilet.
So basically, we came up with this idea of like, let's get some graffiti artists around town. We know a lot of people.
Do you remember where we came up with that idea?
No.
Walking up the hill with Teresa in Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the kind of thing like I'll never forget. Like when we come up with ideas, we're like, dude, we need to do like crazy Orlando City murals all around the city. Not only is it going to make the city look cool, and then Teresa was like, if you guys seriously think you can make this happen? I was like, I guarantee you we can make it happen.
So then we went around calling people we knew that had businesses or buildings in like Central Florida that we could paint murals.
And some
on
of
their
them made massive mistakes. Like there's a music lesson school that had a really big fat alligator painted on it by the artist Boy Kong.
Yeah.
That guy's like fucking this close to being super famous. And they painted over it.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
The one that Earl Funk did on Church Street still there.
It's on
Harry Buffalo.
Harry Buffalo,
Yeah.
that one's still there. The one that Timmy Dubb did is still on the side of the jungle.
Yeah, but by the way,
falling apart.
I called Seth and this leads me to my story. But I called Seth and
You are
I
correct,
remember
it is
I asked
falling
him,
apart.
I was like, "Hey, can I paint a mural on the side?" And he's like, "Oh, okay." That's how hard it was because I remember them. They were like, "Who's gonna allow us to paint like obscure murals on the wall, or whatever?" And I'm like, "I know who'll do it." Seth. Literally, he's like, and I'm like, "You have to get permission for many other owners of your gym." He's like, "Oh." And then I was like, "We're done."
I mean, how hard is it to just take a roller and paint over it? I always ask, do it and then ask for forgiveness.
It's not that
later.
easy though, because like when we had to, God, you should have seen the meeting when we had to source with the city to get the music school. Dexter's was another one that we had to repaint over. Oh my God, you don't even want to see the bills.
Yeah.
For
Guess
what it cost. Like it cost 5 times as much to paint over the graffiti that it did to have the actual artist with the spray cans, with the special tips. Because, like, we had just wandered into this world of graffiti artists, and they have special tips that go on the cans. The paint's a specific type of paint. Like,
dude, we went to
way over our heads.
I didn't even know this existed.
The fact that we agreed to that was insanity, but we pulled it off.
There's a spray paint store here in Orlando.
No, it's hidden. You can't find it.
Yeah, that's like it's in a popular neighborhood, but
you'd never know it was there.
But me and Daniel walked in, and it's the size of probably both our studio and the office here, and literally the whole walls are wall-to-wall spray paint cans and tips and stuff like that, and it's for like graffiti artists and like murals and artists and
there's like some hot like emo girl with a nose ring, like you walk in, it's awesome.
Like, $3,800 worth of spray paint for all the artists or whatever.
It was crazy.
Like Orlando City had that.
We bought ladders.
Deep pockets then.
We bought ladders. Maybe Tom stole one.
But anyway, the mural that's on the side of the jungle.
God, we had their corporate card. We could have gone fucking crazy.
And if I'm sure a lot of people seen it, you drive down 50. It's right across the street from the Publix on like Mills and 50 area, and there is Tim Dub, the artist that put the mural up there. It's kind of like a big fat bunny.
It's a weird trippy rabbit thing.
Because part of it was they couldn't incorporate too much soccer or anything because the city has rules about advertising.
If you'll remember correctly, he had hidden an Iron Lion firm logo in the original art, and then he had to go back and paint over it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because the city said, no, you can't have an ILF logo in there because you're advertising a supporter group. And I'm like, yeah, but they're not. I mean, I don't think they're making any money. They're like, it's like they're a supporter group.
Yeah.
Like, no, can't have any advertisements.
So this Sunday, we got one of our BDMs, a BDM painter, Tim Waters. By the way, he part of this deal. I got to give him some advertising. If you need a painter, I'll give a BDM discount. 386-675-2879. That's the number.
Tim Waters.
Tim Waters is basically covering up the mural and back to solid color on Sunday. And then we talked to Tim Dub, the original artist who did that.
We talked to him today. Conference called him in.
And he's going to recommission a new mural on the side of the jungle just as a thank you from me and Daniel to...
And I'm still going to be able to see
Seth Petruzelli.
this mural before it goes up? Or?
That's a good question. What's it going to be?
Well, here's the thing. Exactly. We have a meeting. We'll be talking to Tim Dub, the artist. And
every time I ask...
Has any say in this?
No, I don't. And every time I ask this, he goes around...
No, the honest answer is... We don't know because we talked to Tim. Tim said, "What do you want to do?"
We didn't even know the original, like the rabbit or like he like usually comes up with the stuff.
But I knew it wasn't going to be something gay or something inappropriate.
Listen, it's
not that gay is bad.
We are going.
I don't want two rabbits having sex on the side of my building.
Going to commission a new mural, and that'll be done sometime soon. You'll
what?
What does gay have to do with rabbits?
Well, because he
write down two gay rabbits.
Because he painted a big rabbit on the side now, so as long as it wasn't two rabbits giving each other head, then that's fine.
Why would
it will not be two rabbits giving each other?
I don't know why. I don't know what
rabbits would do. I don't know what a rabbit's cock looks like.
It's kind of like a little.
It's like a little foot.
Rabbit foot.
I don't think rabbits do that. Are we the only animals that suck dicks?
No, gorillas suck their own penises.
No,
right.
Besides
like
gorillas, too close
sex.
to us. Too close to us. I'm talking about outside of anything monkey-like, because that's
dogs lick each other's penises all the time.
Yeah, but it's not for
sexual
reason.
They don't lick them; they sniff them.
No,
you're right. I think we're
I've
the only.
never seen my dog walk up to another dog and lick the dog's penis.
I guarantee other animals, other species, give blowjobs
for pleasure. No,
I don't think so. For pleasure,
you're out of your mind.
I can see dolphins doing it.
Samantha, look that up and then delete your history.
I can see gorillas. I can see dolphins. Maybe whales.
Dolphins. I don't think they suck. A dolphin can't.
It's a thing.
A dolphin can't stay still.
Oral sex has been observed throughout the animal kingdom, from dolphins to primates.
Oh, what I said! Dolphins and fucking gorillas.
How does a dolphin stay? It's floating around. It's like it's going to lose the penis. You need hands for a dolphin.
Bro, it's got a blowhole. What do you think?
No, the blowhole's on the top.
You just
It's not the same.
you just discredited your own
Yeah.
intelligence.
You're like,
with
dude, it's gonna pull. You're drunk off of a water shot.
It says animals perform oral sex by licking, sucking, or nuzzling the genitals of their partner.
Nuzzling the genitals. I want my wife to wear my cock as a
nuzzle it.
hat. Cock hat.
If you could do it to yourself, would you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would
Bears
too.
do it too.
Not to completion.
Bears.
I'd go over the neck.
That's dangerous.
I'd go over the neck.
Wait, what,
I'd
really?
get like real close. I'd be like,
Oh yeah, I
over the
wouldn't.
neck.
I wouldn't finish on myself.
No, not in the mouth.
But
not
I'm down
in the
for.
face.
I'm
Yeah.
down for watching that type of porn though.
Yeah, but I'm a shooter, so
Self-
sometimes I get some on my face.
Really?
Yeah.
Too far.
Casualties. I call it casualties of war.
I like it on my feet.
And last thing I wanted to bring up.
Right on my feet. And I like to rub it together.
No,
my
if
feet.
it's on my feet, then I get in the shower and it's too slippy.
So you're gonna get 2 dolphins on the side of your building?
I'd rather have 2 dolphins, one in the blowhole than
What the fuck is happening
than
right
2
now?
rabbits.
Writing all
I'm
these
tripping
notes
out
down.
because of the shot. I'm having a heat stroke.
Let me ask Bustecker this, because he's
How do you
most
like your
professional.
blowhole?
Tony Rodriguez, a buddy of ours, Tony Rage, he posted on the BDM page his
Is he going to call in?
I guess it was Ancestry.com. No, I didn't tell him. I'm just bringing this up.
Ancestry.
Ancestry.com.
No, it's 23andMe.
It's 23andMe.
I
Okay.
heard incest.
That's what I heard.
That
Delete your
shot
his-
got me
delete your
drunk
history.
too,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, if I were Robert Kraft, I would date a 23-year-old hot model, and then I'd say I'd take a picture, do 23andMe. Right?
Yeah,
You take a
that's
pic,
good.
right? Somebody should do that.
So he took a 23andMe and test, and he was posting his results, and he's like, "Take this, Tom Van, 43% Native American." And so apparently it came back that he was 43% Native American. But then I was like, here's my, because I immediately like, whoa, wait, didn't you, your whole ancestry is from Venezuela. You know, he's from Venezuela.
I'm also with EJ, who's in our chat room right now, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive. I'm beginning to think that in a year, 2 years, just like Volkswagen, remember with the emissions thing and all, dude, I'm telling you, Ancestry, 23andMe, this is all bullshit.
Why do you say that? Why I know.
I think it's
I
all
just got an
bullshit.
update on mine because my dad did his and it recalculated mine and it totally changed mine.
Yeah, you know why? You know why?
Wait.
Because it's all fucking bullshit.
No, because I
What do
got
you mean
more.
it's
Once there's
bullshit?
more information done with the different types of blood, it helps.
Then why should it
trickle down.
totally change it? It's like, oh,
It
yeah,
didn't.
now
No,
I'm
it didn't
a black
totally.
guy.
It
Like,
didn't.
fuck that.
It didn't totally change it. It narrowed it down to make it more specific.
I don't believe
and
it.
it got rid of my Vikings.
Fake as fuck.
got rid of your Viking
Yeah, I
heritage.
said I was Scandinavian. I was all proud. I was like,
Dude, that's
fuck
all
yeah.
mine is. Mine is like 94% Scandinavian.
Fake.
But
I
I'm
don't believe
a lot
it now
less
either.
Italian now than I
Well,
was.
I actually
telling
am
you.
Native American.
My whole
You
point
might be. You look Native American.
is that
I need another test.
when someone says I'm Native American, like, okay, because Samantha disagreed when I was bringing up this point. A lot of my points are stupid, so feel free to tell me I'm an idiot. So, but I was like, wait a minute, you're from Venezuela, like you're like indigenous, native history
What
is
would
from
be-
South
what-
America.
No, but what would
Well, it's
is
American.
that Mayan?
I know
Like-
that's what Samantha
Right.
said, but if someone tells you I'm like 50% Native American, you immediately think Native American in this country, or like your
featherhead.
heritage is in this country, not Native
Well,
South
wait
American.
a minute.
Right?
Then I'm Native American because I'm a native North American.
No, well, I'm talking
No.
about he's talking about ancestry.
Native.
Like,
No, I'm just saying if you were going to
Before-
describe me to an alien, I mean that would still stand, would it not?
well, I'm talking about like
Fucking aliens.
if you're.
I was born here. I had no choice but to
Yes,
be born
but we
here.
mean like your heritage.
yeah, like
I'm pretty sure I'm British and Scottish.
yeah. If you're white, it's all from Europe. But
Scottish.
so, do you? When someone says Native
Yeah.
American,
Be
do
prou-
you
be
consider, or do you think,
William Wallace.
American Native American, not South American
Yes, you
Native
think of
American?
you think of Indian.
yeah.
You
So,
can say
let's
that.
not
You
be
can say that.
PC, but
You can
you
say
think
that.
of Indian.
Yeah.
Right, and you're both
Yeah.
wrong. That's the thing.
I know.
Yes, that's what you think of because you're
I'm not
white
saying- no, I'm not
Americans.
saying it's
that's
right.
what you,
I'm
that,
just
well,
saying it's
that,
what
I
you
know.
think of.
I agree. I agree with that, Tom. I agree that
Yeah.
people think that, but that's not what it
I
means.
know, yeah. So I'm just saying the 23andMe should be Native South American.
People want
Right?
to throw the
No,
South in
I
there.
agree with you because, like, honestly, like, no, the reason I agree with you is because we have a friend who's, like, we know was born in Venezuela and almost didn't get to come to America, who's saying now that he's 43% Native American when we know that he's Like
it's Native South American.
Yeah, but they're they need to clarify.
You guys understand
this
that
is all horseshit.
the Americas connect, right?
No, I understand that, but that doesn't.
Yeah, but that's why we need the wall there.
But you need you motherfucker.
Sorry, but it has to. I mean, that's gonna separate it, right? I mean.
We gotta keep those Native Americans from coming over here. I'm saying, I'm with you.
I mean, we got about once. You got to keep them from coming back in. You know?
Anyway, I'm an idiot. Speaking of that, listen to our Donnell Rollins interview.
Oh, I watched that clip.
And
the video's up. Yeah, hey guys, do me a big favor because I'm working on a project to help all of you that like to watch these streams. Over the weekend, I'll be putting actually this show up on YouTube. All the Friday Free shows and all the comedian interviews, if they're good. You know,
who chooses that?
Shit,
I mean, like we had an interview a couple of weeks ago that didn't go well. It was on Twitch, but I'm just not going to waste my time, like, because it takes a long time. They're big, massive video files.
Yeah.
But I export them and make them. I tidy them up a little bit, make them look pretty, and I put them on YouTube. So you can follow us. Just search for A Mediocre Time. All of our Twitch shows are on there. All the Swervy Jones cartoons are on there. It's a ton of great content. We just don't talk about it enough, and that's my fault. Because like we put the Donnell Rollins interview up there, people were like, "Oh man, he was just on Rogan, yeah, and he was just in here for a full hour." So check it out. It's all free. It's all for you guys.
Now,
Please subscribe and share.
I'll explain myself because I'm a big fan of the Chappelle Show. He's from the Chappelle Show, and in the beginning of the interview, he said, he's like, when I was on the Chappelle Show, I didn't get that many lines. So anytime I was on camera, I tried to do something that was like over the top or whatever that, people would remember me by. And immediately it flashed into my head the guy in the Chappelle Show that used to just randomly do the robot in scenes or whatever. But I was like, I don't think that's him. Then at the end of the interview, I glanced up at our chat board, and then I didn't even notice it was EJ. Honestly, it just said ask him to do the robot dance, and then I was like, oh, it must have been him. It all tied together. Then I said, why'd you do the robot dance? He's like, that's not me.
And then he called him a racist. And said, what do we all look the same?
So
I mean, he was
joking.
Hear that but when he probably got in the car with Mike Charette, local comedian who drives, he probably was like, that motherfucker was racist.
I don't know why I would consider racist because now I'm looking because like I just assume
everything's racist now.
Yeah. But
well, it's just an easy jump to say. What do you
everybody
think
looks
we all
alike?
look alike? Yeah.
I do think all white people look alike, and everybody.
They look more alike we would look more alike than two black people look like. Look alike.
Well, whatever ethnicity you are,
you're gonna look like more like.
I think you look like
you guys
that
have been
ethnicity.
polishing your shovels. Huh?
What is going on?
I'm saying everybody that's the same ethnicity kind of looks alike, right?
And I'm the one that's drunk off the Jameson.
White too, white everybody.
Yes, I agree.
Hey, so let's talk about it.
Me and Seth should do a show. Racist.
Two clueless racists.
But if someone tries to attack me, Seth can get them, and I'll just,
I'd at least listen to the first episode.
Thank you, Buzz.
I'd get under. It's like the Ron Burgundy podcast. I'll do one, and then I'm like, this kind of sucks.
How was that Ron Burgundy podcast? Is it bad? Has anybody listened to it?
Yeah, I did it. I did a little bit of it, and I go, man, I got to get out of this because this is not good.
Podcast was good.
I've
when
heard
I had
it's
a podcast.
awful.
As soon as
your podcast wasn't bad at all.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
What, yours?
Yeah, I bought expensive equipment. How bad could it have been?
No, I did it one time. It was bad.
Oh, you did that show?
I remember I went over there.
I have like 20 episodes.
But when you were rebooting it, I came over because you guers having a problem with the equipment.
Technical difficulties.
And there was like some bigger dude who like reached in a bag and pulled out all these cables, and I'm like, oh fuck. It was just a bundle of cables. I'm like, what have I gotten into? And he's like, well, look, we used to have it right, man. I promise.
What do you talk about on your podcast?
Everything.
It was pop culture, but it's supposed to be an MMA podcast.
Yeah,
right?
it was all MMA fighters, and they refused to talk about MMA.
We talked a little bit about it, but it was more like just general topics.
And I'm like, do you understand that's what people want to hear from you guys? Because you're MMA fighters. You're like, no, we're staying away from that.
You guys watch BoJack Horseman? All these crazy references. I'm like, when are they talking MMA?
I was like, that's what people want. A bunch of MMA fighters talking about subjects that nothing
Who's
about
watching
MMA.
Umbrella Academy.
It's on YouTube. You can YouTube.
Have you anybody else here watching Umbrella Academy?
Not
No.
yet. I'm still trying to get to
It's
Travelers.
good. Yeah, I like it.
It's called the Jungle Boys podcast. Check it on YouTube.
Is it still up?
I think it's still
like
up.
2014, man.
Yeah.
Wait, was that long ago?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
That's not that.
That's
long.
when you lived in that White House downtown.
Amelia, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good little house.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like
my
that
house now is better.
Oh, I saw your closets.
Oh, way better. Oh, yeah, my closet. Yeah.
Did your dad
You see
do all
a
that
lot.
work?
No, I did. No, actually, the closets by design did the closet, but I built the actual frame. And
How
stuff
was
like
your
that.
New Year's Eve party?
And my dad.
I got the invite to that, but
Yeah, all I got was a picture of some teen girl in yoga shorts bent over
wasn't teen.
with a big
19.
moose knuckle, and I'm like,
It
fuck.
was 19, 20. She's just turned 20.
was that party good?
Yeah,
Sounds like an
yeah.
R. Kelly thing. Over
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, it was real good.
He'll be in jail soon.
No,
So, all
I
right.
am freaked out with it. I make sure that they're 18.
How do you do that?
Where do you get their birth
Pull your
certificate?
pants
Such an
down.
awkward conversation. Can I see your ID?
Yeah.
I know it's very awkward. So
Take
is
your
the,
clothes
so
off.
is
I need
the-
to make sure you're
Seth,
18.
So is
Let's
the
talk about
cameras
that.
in my room. The cameras in my room are even more awkward.
Yeah, that's
'cause
bullshit. I don't know how you get away with that. I don't know. I know you say the girls agree to it, but
Well,
Did they have to sign a waiver?
I had the one last week wave to it. It worked pretty good.
oh,
my
that means
I was
she's
like, hey,
crazy.
it's right there. She's like, oh. I was like, yep, good, okay, good. That's acknowledgement, just so everybody knows.
And also, I think
They like hold a
We weren't
copy of
accusing you
today's
of rape.
newspaper.
Unfucking believable.
I'm not going to be a false Me Too person. Sorry, I have no.
That's
I
what
just-
they're
I'm
that's
just
what they're called
surprised
too.
so
Is
many-
false Me Too people.
I'm just surprised so many
I know there's not a lot
females
of
are okay with you filming them.
Because it deletes after 24 hours. It's not like I store
I would
it.
not trust that for a fucking second.
millennials are cooler
They're
with
idiots.
with being
What am I
By the
going
way,
to do?
I'm a
What would
millennial,
I do
so-
with it? What would
What do you mean? You could store it. You could send it
Store
to
what?
your
Jerk off
friends.
to it? I already fucked you, so what's the difference?
I don't do that.
I
Are
love
you
the,
crazy?
I love
do
the
that.
idea that Seth is dating girls so young that he has baby monitors in his room.
That's
Sorry, the
teen-
Jameson's kicking in.
That sounds
teen
dirty.
monitors,
That's
not
two.
baby monitors.
That's two.
Oh.
All right, let's.
What do you mean it deletes after 24 hours? It's just like Snapchat?
unless I
Unless you want to jerk off to it.
no, it's
You
an
save
SD card, and I can either take
I
the
have
SD,
SD cards. They don't delete after 24 hours.
If it's only a 32 meg, it could just whatever after 12 hours it just records over itself.
Oh, okay.
But
all
normally
Why don't you,
normally I pop it out and have a little storage.
Oh my God. And then he goes, he's like happy.
Well, I mean, you never know in 5 years if I'm running for governor, then what if
Shit.
Oh yeah, over what?
Hey, that one time,
You know, I laugh at
I
it,
think your
but it's not.
blackface
Hold on.
controversy is gonna.
what?
And now
Oh, I did do
pause
black-
for
I
a
did do
special
blackface.
announcement from
For some
Governor
reason-
Petruzelli.
For some reason, blackface didn't come back on me because it was okay to do blackface.
We haven't run
at
for
the time.
governor yet.
No,
Oh,
it wasn't. It was never okay, Seth.
Well, you're right. He never got any backlash from it.
You're right.
I
That
did, I
doesn't
got-
mean it was okay.
I got a Slurpee thrown at me. That
Guess
was
what?
good
R.
enough.
Kelly got arrested and charged with shit before, and he got off with it too. So
That's
that doesn't
true.
mean it's okay.
Oh, I forgot.
No difference.
I forgot. I was going to ask Donnell about that skit from Chappelle's show.
I want to pee on you.
Oh yeah. Wait, like, you know, that was around the same time that R. Kelly, the first trial was going
Yeah.
on, and there's no way you can get away with that shit now. He said, because one of my questions to him was like, do you think the Chappelle show, exactly as it is, could play now and get away with all that shit? And he said yes, but I don't know.
I think so, especially like if it's on Netflix or something and not on the regular channels. Yeah.
With the R. Kelly, I want to piss on you song, like people would be outraged.
No, but
right?
he's probably right. We're probably like, from everything that I think I'm feeling as like, you know, you and I writing and doing this show and, you know, whatever you want to call this, and other comedians that come in here and do stuff, I feel like we are on the cusp of everybody kind of that pendulum swinging and people going like, man, we need an escape. You know, this is crazy. These, you know, witch hunts and, you know, and this kind of stuff. So we're going to need something that's super raw and super brutal and honest, but doesn't come from a place of anger, which is one of the things that he kind of was hammering home in the Joe Rogan podcast, was that like, you know, the Chappelle show made a lot of great points, but it wasn't like Dave was making these points in anger. It was more just like good points and everybody can laugh at it.
as a
Right.
comedy point.
It wasn't like they were made to humiliate one side or the other. It was more of just like, this is funny. And, you know, I mean, it's kind of like, you remember when Eye Patch Man, was it Pete Davidson? Or
Yeah.
no, yeah, when he,
Yeah.
and he pissed off that the eye patch man, the conservative eye patch, and then eye patch man came on and had a
Yeah, they had a whole little joke about it.
I liked it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like because it's like you got to be able to laugh about yourself. You
he
have
also
to.
gets that it's a goddamn comedy show.
Right.
You know, that's the whole thing. It's a satire show.
It's needed more than ever. But I think we're close to that point where
swing back.
Like
where
the BD on Facebook page. And
what Donnell was saying about how we're going to hit that point where something is going to pop out huge that we're like, oh, this is so brutal, but it's kind of needed.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
And it hopefully just goes back to jokes. I said this a long time ago. I think people got confused when as a society we all said like, hey, let's not be racist. Let's not be homophobic. Let's be cool to fellow human beings, And then everybody's like, whoa, well, now I can't say anything. Like, the pushback of that, where I think a lot of it's bullshit, and the fact that, nobody was saying, hey, you can't tell jokes. But they're just like, hey, just be a decent person. Don't be hateful. And then everybody pushed back. Or I can't say anything.
You've been saying this for years. Where's it coming from? What's the origin of that?
And then there's certain, and then there's a lot of false outrage too that doesn't even exist. Like everybody's like, because I don't even believe the outrage on the internet. Unless someone's actually telling me something, the internet I've thrown out. I've been like, okay, whatever anybody says in there is just trying to solicit a response, or I was talking about this the otare day. It's like people are now have programmed themselves to say something like extreme just to get comments under whatever they said, or likes, or whatever it is, or controversy.
There's a girl that did it on Rob Dyrdek's Instagram feed. It happened 2 nights ago or a night ago. So I'm sitting there in bed just flipping through Instagram. And like when people it'll take a second to load, and then you'll get the newest stuff. And he had just posted it. It just happened. Like literally, I was watching it live, right? And it was him and this girl, and I won't say her name on Instagram, but she basically faked it to look like he had DM'd her on Instagram, and it said, "Hey baby," from him to the girl. And he's like, and his comment was, he screenshotted it, and he's like, "This is fake." He's like, "I'm a happily married man with a new baby. Why would you do that? Just because he has like 4 million, 2 million, whatever people. She has like 10,000. He's like, why would you do that? And he did this big, long diatribe trying to defend himself, and then you went and you looked at her page, and it was like, it was a Twitter thing that she put out there. And then she kind of copped to it and says, "Oh, what? We can't joke?"
That's not a joke.
Yeah, that's
agreed. But that's the world we're in right now. Yeah. But how much should he have even addressed it?
I would have. I would have done it exactly like that.
I guess it depends on how hot you are. If you're Tom, you're not going to address it. If you're Dan, you probably are. Because we're all different. I don't know. My point is, this is where we are. How important is that stuff to you? How important is that? It is important. I've been trying to grow our Instagram numbers, but not in that way. I don't want to hurt anybody, and I certainly don't. It's not important enough to fucking say I'm sleeping with somebody other than my wife. That's insane.
Yeah.
Or is it? Because to other people, they're like, they don't take it. To those of us that maybe are a little bit older, like me, I'm 42, you might take it more to heart because you're more old school. If you're a kid, it's the norm. It's like, oh, why are you investing so much in social media? But I'm not. It's a surface thing to me.
It seems like,
I don't know, man.
The psychology even goes deeper, where the people, let's say Umbrella Academy, a Netflix show, people are not going to just say hey, I watched the Umbrella Academy. It was pretty good, well written. I'm not too into that superhero type stuff and that kind of thing. So I'm not that much into fiction. But if you are, you would like it. But I'm not into it. No one's gonna say that to me. Like Umbrella Academy sucks because that is going to get a polarizing response from people that like it or agree with you or whatever. And then people want that. That interaction, and that's what we've trained ourselves to do on social media. Because if you get no interaction on any comments, it's like a failure.
I totally stop with that. I don't get into arguments on.
It's
just a waste of time.
It's just extremes land now, though. Go to look at people when they talk about restaurants, even on Yelp or something like that. They don't say, "Hey, it was okay." Nobody fucking says that. Everybody's like, worst restaurant I've ever been to, or greatest restaurant.
You don't want to read my Google reviews. They're awful.
They're
so
about you?
Wait a minute. Can I?
No.
Can we
write me me saying my reviews on different places.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to read those.
Oh,
I do want to see those.
If I pull them up, will you read them live for
if you
us?
want to, they're
What?
bad. They're bad.
What were you
They're
reviewing?
really,
Victoria's
restaurants,
Secret,
home-
Altamont Mall.
house places, restaurants.
So why-
Home
my question is
Depot,
What's a
why?
house place?
floor and decor.
Oh, okay. They're not a sponsor.
Good. Yeah.
So wait, what?
Hold on, why were you so mad at
what
them?
drove
Because I
you-
get there's so read the damn things. And
I
you
wanna
tell
see
us.
that. I would
Maybe
love
we
to
should go to
see
break and then we'll
Can you
print
pull
some
that
out.
up?
Yeah.
Can you pull that
Please.
up?
You can actually pull up my only
I'll
my
try.
only my
God.
thing. I mean, I could on my Google, I guess, but it's freaking.
Wow.
God,
Oh, what?
Seth,
They're
there's
angry.
layers and layers, man.
What inspired you to
You are
have
the-
such?
Because I try super hard at my business to make everybody happy, to run a good business, to make customers like they're look whatever you guys need, I'll bend over backwards
Make
for
it
you,
happen,
make it right, happy and then so when a place doesn't do something correctly or screws up or like just doesn't care about their customers, it fucking pisses me off because I work my ass off to try to have a good. And the Smoothie King was a perfect example. I ran the Smoothie King the same exact way. Like I was like super like make the customers great or they had good customer
This
service.
banana is brown, sir.
And for that, and for that, well, once I got divorced, it went under. But still, for that to go under and to have other businesses survive when they're like shitty and they don't fucking work hard to do something, it just pisses me off. It fucking makes me mad.
Are you mad at the individual that you had an interaction with, or the business as a whole?
Oh,
because that's a difference.
But whoever I dealt with, first of all, but if they can't help me, then it's the management because they're supposed to be the ones controlling how everything operates and things. The owners, the managers, yeah.
So wait,
Whole
are
fucking
you,
place, fucking.
Are you trying to warn other people?
That and just it feels like really good to get it off my chest and just put it out there to the
You're
universe.
just trying to attack them.
Yeah.
What about when somebody
is
does
it-
wait a minute, what about
Tell
the
me- hold
wait,
on.
wait, what about the opposite?
I found a review that mentions you in it, but it's not your review.
How's that? Wait,
I'm not going to name the place, but it says, while normal establishments have cheerful staff thanking you for your business on the way out, this place employs a rude Kimbo Slice-looking bouncer to block your departure for no reason. I'm serious. It was surreal. Two well-dressed middle-aged professionals soberly walking directly towards the main exit, and this bully intentionally stands in the doorway, avoiding eye contact until asked to move. Must be a violent place to need him around. I won't be back without Seth Petruzelli as my personal bodyguard.
Oh, that was nice. I thought it was gonna be something real bad.
So you're nervous and calling people.
Yeah.
That was actually me talking about my wife's gynecologist.
Do you ever do the opposite where you give a
No.
positive? Okay.
They're all bad.
No, but you got to do both.
Why not? Why not?
Oh, hold on. Let's take a break. 'cause-
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a little break.
I got it right here.
We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. 1-850. Wait, sir, now that's the old number.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, the shot.
866
844.
1-844-866-6326.
There you go.
But I always this love of mine. No, I always this love of mine.
You gonna freestyle, buddy?
I cannot do that.
Tom Van pissed in the trash can because I was drunk. That's all I got.
That shot really affected you, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it really did. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
And I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. The bus is here. And then we got Seth Petruzelli. Butler's hanging out. No, I'm not drunk or anything. I feel good now, but at first, hot.
It's like when you smoke a cigarette after not smoking for like a
Oh,
month.
you
Oh,
get
you get a
a
head
buzz.
rush.
Yeah.
Man, you're like, how did I ever do this all the
Yeah,
time?
I feel better now though. It's settled a little bit. I got a what is this thing? A Red Bully.
Maybe it's the Red Bull that's fucking you up.
Yeah, diarrhea. This on top of the shot, real diarrhea.
It's going to get over caffeinated and freak out.
What is Dan's vet visit?
Oh
allowed
yeah,
deuce?
yeah. There was a lady that had this like really crazy chocolate lab. I had to take Caesar the dog to the vet, and he is losing his hearing. Kind of sad.
I had a dog like that. They're fine.
Yeah, he's good, but she said like like there's certain tones that he probably can't hear. He hasn't lost all of his hearing, but like I think lower tones are going away.
Yeah, well, that happens to humans too. Like,
Yeah, that's what they said to me. And then when I had my BPPV, they're like, "Oh, the lower tones go first." I'm like, so I'm you could go deaf from this." I'm like, "Oh, great." But then I went back for a second test, and the higher What?
Just fucking with
I know. After the 2 seconds I found, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, for 1 second there, you're really scared. But he,
For some reason, it's just funny. You at the ear doctor.
oh my god!
Man.
Look, a salad. So I took him there, and then he's getting looked at. But this lady walks in. She's got a chocolate lab, and this dog's just fucking all over the place. She's going, just bouncing and knocking shit over, and doing all this kind of crazy stuff. And she looks over at us, and she's like, "He's a year old," And I'm like, "All right," but he's wild. He's wild. But it's not that I don't.
It's probably the same way with our kids.
I don't think it's the dog's fault at all. But she's doing weird shit. Like the dog's barking, rah, rah, loud as fucking. She's like, inside voice. Inside voice. Inside voice is a fucking dog. Who says that? You say that to a kid. The dog isn't gonna know that, right?
Did she have a leash on the dog?
Yeah, but it was still just going she was like an old granny. So then she's like, I'm boarding the dog. So she gives the dog to them, and then they take it, back. She's boarding it for one night, and then she's leaving. And we've seen this before, but she goes and she walks out the door, and then immediately walks back out the door, and then beelines it for the lobby restroom. And she's in there, and it's early. This is like an 8 o'clock appointment. It's 8 a.m. And they open at 7:30. So I'm sitting there, and then she starts no fucking exaggeration whatsoever, straight with this. It's just and it's me and two muscle gay guys sitting there. And they got a tiny little Datsun.
Yeah. And is everybody just looking straight
nobody's looking at each other in the eye, and we're just sitting there. And then I'm looking at Caesar, and it's just falling out. It's just coming down.
Why? I never understood.
Why is it worse that it's an old granny lady?
Yeah, it is worse. And then the door did and we're hearing everything.
Yeah.
And then the door opens as she comes out, and I didn't know what to do. And then she just she kind of looks around and then out the door, and I'm thinking,
oh, she didn't do the Friday thing. Don't go in there for 35, 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, like Pops.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm I get shit anywhere. I've made a point of saying that on the show all the time.
Yeah.
But if something like that's gonna happen, there have been times when I've gone into, even when I worked at Clear Channel, I'd go in there and I'd sit down. There'd be other people in there, and you could feel it when you know you're gonna
be loud. Yeah,
you can know it's gonna be gas or water coming out of your ass, and you just go, can't do it here.
Yeah.
You turn on the faucet
for respect.
I can't
in a public
it's a public restroom.
No faucet.
She could have turned on the faucet. I don't think the faucet would have helped. It would have actually been accoutrement.
Don't you feel like she had to go so bad she couldn't have made that decision?
That's possible.
Yeah.
That's possible.
She probably had Depends on.
There should.
Well, then just shit in your Depends and
know
drive
what?
home.
You bring up a good point. They should make some sort of loud, a small little MP3 player or a boombox.
A fart app. Just have a fart app. You press it and it has this big noise that just constantly.
Yeah. Some white noise that
Or why
cancels
don't all
out.
bathrooms just have speakers with music playing?
You're right. Yeah.
You know how loud those speakers have to be for some of my shit?
No, it's gotta be
God,
white
how loud
noise,
are your
right?
shit?
I mean, when
It's
it's
gotta be loud.
Or some nature sounds, but something
No, I don't
to,
want nature sounds.
to
what
mask.
about nature animals
sounds.
animals shitting? That'd be fucking awesome.
Or
What
play
about
shitting
two
sound-
rabbits sucking each other's rabbit
you,
dicks?
you brought up a good idea.
Some flipper bowl holes going.
Play diarrhea sounds in every bathroom loud, so that no matter who goes
No,
in,
I don't want that.
No.
so you can't tell
That's
the difference.
off-putting.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, then I go in there.
Bustickers, he knows.
Oh yeah, why don't you add that to Poober?
You can be on a racist
That's a
show,
great
Busticker.
idea.
Yeah, you can be our guest.
I go in there
Just
just
to
to
do-
wash my hands, and I have to be subjected to diarrhea sounds.
You know what?
I'd laugh.
But
It'd be
you
comedy. It'd be funny.
But then
to
you
me. I'd
wouldn't
like
be
that.
embarrassed if that was you in there shitting so loud because
Also,
nobody would know.
Who's not embarrassed by the sound of themselves loud shitting? Because
in a public place.
in a public place, because
I think it's. I'd crack myself up on the toilet. I love doing that. I literally laugh so loud doing it.
it should be embarrassing to everybody, or maybe not because it's a natural thing. But I know for me, I have rarely shit in public.
We should hear.
I try,
It's
yeah, I
bad.
know. I can't
It's
help
bad.
it. It's a bad living.
Green
But
kratom shit.
But I've realized that it's a mentally genetic thing. This sounds crazy, but my son Tommy, Max has no problem with it. Tommy does not poop at his school.
Yeah.
He refuses to. Like, he didn't learn that from
But he
anybody.
pee-pees there, right?
Yes, but he won't poop there.
Did he say why? Have you asked him?
He just doesn't. He doesn't. He's like embarrassed by it. And which it's weird because there's no reason.
God. My daughter comes out of school. She's like, I took a big poop today. Screaming it at me.
So there's no reason why, nurture-wise, that we taught him this and anything. He's like naturally wants to do this, and I'm the same way. I never pooped at school one time in my entire life.
Could you poop if I stood in there with you? Could you poop?
I mean, for a contest, actually.
No, it's not a contest.
I can seriously
It's
do it.
not a
I don't
contest.
want to.
It's for like my Christmas wish.
yeah. I mean, that's fine. I'm a grown adult now. I have less of a problem with
I
it.
don't think
but
you could.
When I was a kid,
because I'd be staring at you the whole time, like right in your eyes.
Did you leave the dog place, the vet, and leave a bad review for him?
No,
You guys did not have. You guys did not have good acoustics.
No,
in the bathroom.
they
I
saved
had
my
to listen
dog's
to-
life, so I can't. Like,
Why?
I love that place.
Oh, my
yeah.
place killed my dog, so I left the bad review.
Oh my
No,
god! Oh, I want to see that review.
How
Yeah.
to kill
How's-
your dog?
how's
Because
that one?
this
They
is
put
a
him
long-
to sleep?
This is my first. No, they.
But you asked him to.
My great. No, this was my Great Dane. My first Great Dane I had. This was when I was married. This was like 2007, 2008. Bordered him for Christmas. Just 3 days.
Yeah.
Perfectly healthy going in.
I remember this.
Showed up to pick him up, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta come in and talk to the vet and the doctor."
What
He's
did they
like,
say
"Oh."
was wrong with him?
He said they don't. They said they don't know, but I guarantee it's because they gave him a. You're not supposed to give Great Danes balls on the ground.
Oh yeah,
'cause
they get
bloat because
Yeah.
of the way they eat and they get air stuck in them. So I think they had the bowl on the ground. They said the last thing they saw in the video was it jumping up, looking around, and that's the last time they saw the dog. And
And then it died at the place?
Yeah, so it died. Yeah, so
Oh my
they said they
God.
came in after Sunday. On Monday morning, they said they found her.
What, did they leave him by himself all weekend?
Apparently for the day. I mean, I don't know how that works at the vet.
Overnight.
All I know is
probably.
I just started bawling. I didn't have enough energy to ask any questions. I was just bawling.
Oh
crying,
my
and
God,
it was
that's
freaking
terrible.
disaster.
That is terrible.
Yeah,
Oh, how do you?
Did it down.
What do you do?
Can
Sue
you sue
them
for like
Do you,
malpractice at a vet?
Well, then he tried to charge me for like
Still charge you for the
sorry,
dog?
Yeah,
your dog
I go,
died,
you-
so
I
That's
go-
a bad move.
Yeah, I go. You
You're
guys kidding me? Then
it's
I got
a-
mad. Then I got mad. I was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm not paying you guys anything." And I left.
Your dog
I don't think
died,
they
so
had
let's
reviews.
settle up.
Yeah.
We'll charge you for a half day.
I actually don't think.
Last day.
I actually don't think. I actually don't think.
We
I
already
left
put
a review.
20% on.
I
there
should
for
leave a
the
review right now for that. To be honest, I really should.
Didn't you?
I think they're still in business.
Well,
Which one was it?
I don't remember.
hold on.
Oh,
let's talk.
Yeah, I know I do. I know exactly where it's at. I just
Hold
don't know
on.
the name.
Let me find out because I'm a good arbiter of what is considered right and wrong, and what you should do.
Judge Van.
I
Judge Van's court.
because I use pure logic in every situation. Ask me any question, I'll tell you a logical answer, and that will be maybe not right or wrong to you, but it'll be the logical answer. I'll tell you
just
right
wrote
now.
the intro to your
Yeah.
show.
I'll tell you right now. You tell me what Floor and Decor. They'll never be a sponsor again.
Dude, there's so much to get into with Floor and Decor. Like, it was literally week after week of fuck up of ordering stuff that wasn't there. They thought they had it. It was in a storage facility like another state, and then they said it was shipping. It didn't ship. The grout that was supposed to be there they gave me the wrong color 3 times. Like it was literally just next thing after next thing after next thing. And
So
it was
what you're
just,
saying is
oh,
Floor
I'm
and
getting
Decor
frustrated.
killed your dog.
Yeah,
So
well,
now,
this was another place that I left a review for them too.
was it a systematic deficiency in their whole
Everything.
business model,
The whole
or was
thing.
it one person that was an idiot? That you
No,
were dealing with?
because I dealt with like probably 5 or 6 different people trying to deal with just one, but that person didn't let the other person know, and it was just like the manager didn't let the whatever person I was dealing with know what the situation. He had to call him, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell him," blah 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 type thing. But it was just like that over and over and over
I
again.
had that with Hobby Lobby.
Oh.
What were you
I'm getting
buying?
so
Oh, for the
Uh,
wedding?
Yeah, for my
Oh,
wedding. And
yeah.
I was pissed.
Because I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and I'm thinking like, okay, well, this may be just a bad set of circumstances.
Nope.
That it's my bad luck. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things happened, and and then it ended up like this. And maybe if I was a different person on a different day, because obviously they're a business that keeps on going, and if you probably look at, I mean, they don't have millions of battery.
might.
Could this be a bad
The last
circumstance?
note, because every time I walked in to deal with them to like try to get something, anyone that was waiting with me had this look like they wanted to kill somebody. I was like, hey, are you having a bad fucking time too? He's like, dude, you have no idea. This has been awful.
Yeah.
Every single person I've talked to did that.
was
And they just don't leave reviews, that's why I leave
Right.
reviews. Because people need to do that to let other people know. If you suck, you should let them know.
Could it be?
Give a heads up.
Could it be that they were moving from one store to a different, and like you caught them at a bad time?
No, I don't give a fuck.
Do you give
it was a while ago.
Do you give them a pass if they mess up like one time, or are you instantly on tilt?
There's a few on here that have been one time, yeah.
Okay, because like, I'm usually
Well, it
no,
also
wait,
depends on
you have
how
them
bad
all
the
here.
mess up
You
I have
is.
them all here.
Oh,
yeah.
he has them all here.
Well,
He's
I
got
don't
a
know.
Do you want me?
list.
Do you
Want me
want
to
to?
read
Can
one?
you send those or screenshot them to Sam? Should she read them? Because I
You
feel
want
like
us to
you
read it?
reading them, you might read them too nice.
I don't think so. He's yelling right now about the review he left.
I mean, I don't.
I don't want to swipe and see your dick or anything.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
It's big.
That's
and
impossible.
veiny.
I won't name the places.
Yeah.
okay?
It basically looks like a 3D map.
Do the L one.
Yeah.
You need an iPad
There's
for
a
that.
reason these people aren't working in actual trades and instead stuck in this dungeon that only hires slow adults.
Holy shit.
That's just sentence one.
Now
guys.
you're,
Wow, Seth.
now you're
Wow.
insulting the staff and calling them.
They are because they all 90% of them are.
Wait, is this Florida Core or is this?
No, it's a different
anonymous?
place.
This is
Oh my
another
God.
place.
Every time I need to
Yeah,
go
this is an
here,
actual special needs school.
No,
Oh my
this,
God.
this is another. This is
He's
Tom
yelling
almost
about
spit his drink out. Every time I need to go here, I contemplate taking the easy way out and hanging myself in my garage as I let beavers eat my dangling, lifeless feet. Unfortunately, I need crap for my house, so I man up and suffer the pain of holding back the urge of wanting to throat chop every worker and 90% of the customers in this mental hospital. This is a home improvement
What
store?
did they say?
I
Did they
fucking hate them
Did they
so much.
reply?
Oh, did they?
I don't-
Normally they reply. They're like, "We're sorry, you're
That's
dissatisfied."
an actual review.
And,
don't think
and
so.
please come in for some complimentary treats for their feet beavers.
Do you usually write them like right afterwards, or does it, you let it boil?
You like
a little
in the
bit?
parking
No,
lot?
I let it. Everything's boiling.
simmer.
Like that review is written
There's
for
a lot.
comedic purposes.
Yeah.
Like you're throwing the beaver.
It's
in the
actually
hang-
pretty fucking
No,
funny.
just shit that I'd rather have done than go there.
It doesn't help me as a consumer, though.
Yeah. Like I'm,
Don't go there.
when I see that, I think you're just some local comedian trying to. Yeah,
Oh, well, that's funny.
What-
That's good.
Wasn't there something where like they started writing bad reviews about the gummy bears that like the,
Oh, yeah, because it gives you diarrhea.
the sugar-free gummy bears, and it became a thing that like on the internet of writing these bad reviews for these sugar-free gummy bears, and then
He's got
How many do you have?
A
Is,
lot.
is this
either-
all? Is
a
this all
lot.
from Yelp?
This is all Google review.
Google review.
Have either of you ever done this?
I did a couple of Yelp reviews, and I'd do funny ones. You know, I'd be like at the movies, and I'd leave like a Yelp review. I'd be like, "Try the
there's a lot.
popcorn." You know, like I would do like really stupid stuff.
hilarious.
I'd be like, at Ale House, I'd be like, super clean bathroom, second stall, not as clean. You know, just don't, just fucking
I've
punk ass
never
shit.
in my entire life wrote a review, good or bad, on anything. It never dawned on me to like. It seemed like a waste
Oh,
of time.
Seth
and-
found a good one.
No, they're all. I mean, they're all just true. They're really true. I just.
Oh no! For that one, what did they do to you?
That was just a common. Like I've been going there for
Like every
my
time you
entire
go,
life.
it's a bad experience.
Every time I go, like I had to redo my house, so literally I was there all the time getting stuff for my house to redo.
Is there any
what
place
what
that
would they
you-
do? What was the problem?
Just everything, but there's nowhere to be found to help you. When they do help you, they have no idea what the hell you're talking about. They cut wood that's wrong dimensions that I asked for.
He's not lying. I've had those experiences.
That's
too.
see.
okay.
So you got to go to Ace Hardware.
No, that
They
was
don't. They don't.
no, just
No,
joking. No,
it-
it
They're
wasn't.
good at Ace.
They're,
They know their shit there.
Yeah, I haven't had one bad experience, but all the rest have been good. So it's been.
Well,
okay.
have you ever had a good experience that you felt the need to tell
Write a
the
good
person you had a
review?
good review, a good experience?
No, a lot of 1 stars over here.
No, I got my sponsors here. So
Oh, that one doesn't.
How
count.
many?
no,
reviews-
everything is bad.
How many are in
Everything
there?
is bad.
Like,
This one has to. This one is the only one that's 2 stars.
Oh, 2 stars.
Wow, that's
Want
a
to read
good
2
one.
stars?
Sure.
Wait, how many are there total?
very
would you
top
say?
one.
If you had to guess, like,
Oh, this is sad. This is one of Dan's favorite places. 1 star for gluten-free options, 1 star for vegan options. The worst customer service ever. Party of 8 with maybe 15 other people in the entire place, and we thought our server was a legitimate ghost. We were pretty sure he was real, but never really found out. Let's just say he was a ghost or a really damn good magician that disappears second only to Houdini. The hockey puck I ate for dinner should have been labeled correctly on the menu instead of medium rare Wagyu burger. You know the rubber chickens they throw during comedy sets? That's the chicken it tastes like they serve for boneless wings. Awful. The entire party felt the same way about their experience, too.
All right.
Hold on. I think I found this is a thing that Seth likes to do. Like,
yeah, look how he likes it. Like when you were reading that.
Because I don't like bad business.
You're waiting for bad experiences, and then you're like, yes.
Yeah, so I feel like
you're
even fueling it a little bit.
I'm not fueling it if I have a bad experience and I have a bad experience.
Yeah, but having a bad experience and then turning into some sort of fiasco.
But isn't that better? Isn't that better that I turn it into something that makes me smile and happy and gets my pain out than letting it fester and turn into cancer? No, fuck them. They fucked up.
I mean,
Hold
I
on.
guess.
Twitch Bitch BDM in the chat room has a good question. Have you ever written a doctor review?
Doctor.
He's afraid to because they'll get him. They'll get him.
But then wouldn't you just switch doctors if it was bad?
Well, the thing is, Seth wants the doctor to tell him he's got cancer, and so when they don't, he gets disappointed. He goes to a different doctor. And I don't know how you'd be like, write a review like, this fucking doctor didn't tell me I had cancer. 1 star.
See, I mean, you must
my waffle tasted like a foot at this place.
I mean, you must like writing them because, like, you don't just say, I don't like this, don't go there.
Because
like,
they're
elaborate.
Because I figured people would be more into reading it and taking it, like, legitimately if there was like, oh, man, he's like, really, like, not happy with this.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like there's a... if I saw some 3s and 4s in there, I feel like I'd give you more
credibility.
Yeah,
but
it just sounds like you shit on everything.
Who gives a 3-star review?
I do. I'd be like, it's pretty good. You know, like we need to get back to that. Like we need more 3 stars than ever before. Like right now, we live in a 1-star, 5-star scenario.
Yeah.
Like we need some 3s in there. We need to like go. You need to go to a place and get some chicken wings that are just okay, and be like, these are 3-star wings.
Chicken wing, I have a lot of bad experience with chicken wings. I just see this one too. It's a bad chicken wing too.
I know the one you're talking about.
No, this was
I like that place.
This is another
but
state.
that's a new place. You didn't even factor that in. You didn't even factor in it being a new place. You didn't say like.
What does that matter?
Oh, it totally matters. Man.
They got to give them some time.
They got to work
time to what?
They got to work. They got to
get the rubber chickens mixed.
They got to work the kinks out.
Do you write these on your phone or do you like go back to a desktop computer or
typewriter?
Just curious.
Typewriter.
Whatever.
Wow. Let's do some mail on mail. And then we'll do Bus Deckers.
I like hearing them, though, from somebody else's mouth. It sounds refreshing. Legit.
Hey guys, thanks for calling 1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail on mail.
Mail on mail brought to you by Porky's and Apopka. If you want some good catering for any party or event, Porky's can do it. I've had Porky's cater many events, and it's always good. And then just swing by there and get the Tom and Danwich, or
get the chicken.
I like the pulled pork.
Have you reviewed them?
No, I haven't. They were actually really good. I just feel bad for the pigs. Like I said.
Vegetable options. Fried okra is amazing.
I like the pigs.
I like the pigs too. I like to beat them in the bat.
Oh my God.
Right in the head.
I think they give each other head too. Actually.
Pigs?
Oh yeah. They're smart. They're smart animals.
Curly Q. Ween.
Yeah, it's hard to suck a corkscrew.
Pigs have that? I know ducks do.
Oh yeah, it's ducks.
I think
You're thinking of their tails, right?
yeah.
Don't suck a pig's tail. That's a whole different animal.
All right, first email.
Hey Dan, I hope this sunny Friday is treating you well and the family is doing great. It's been a while, but I wanted to reach out to you about an idea I had and get your thoughts on it. I'm a dad like yourself and a big fan of movies and TV. Even with the hectic job and work schedule, I make time to watch a lot of stupid television and movies. I usually don't make it out to the movies these days, so I usually end up with whatever's available to rent or newly arrived to Netflix at the time. I thought it might be funny to have a movie review spot on the show where a fat dad reviews movies that have been out in theaters for a while, new to Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon, and shows on cable. This, along with the new kid movie show you've had to watch 1,000 times that week and your kid won't let you turn off. I would love to hear something like that or even give it a shot myself. If it would be a matter of finding sponsorship for that spot, I would be willing to work on it, or maybe you can even have something already lined up. I believe it could even work across most of your platforms. At any length, love the content and the hard work that you put into it. I appreciate your time. Well, we used to have D-Rose movie
Fucking
review.
stupid.
Stop listening to our show.
Was there
The
a
show.
resume with that email? Or
No,
what?
no resume.
That's some dumb shit. Go kill yourself.
Also,
1 star.
Seth has me in the mode.
If anyone gets a job first, it's me. If you guys need anything,
I hope you
I
kill
got nothing-
yourself and
I-
beavers eat your feet.
I got nothing going on, so you just ask me for any job, and I'm
I
down.
thought you owned a business.
Yeah, but
you don't have to do anything though. That's
Hey, isn't there,
no, this new karate thing I'm doing is a lot of work actually. 3 days a
isn't
week.
there a...
3 days a week.
For an hour?
Yeah,
or
3
something.
days a week you go
seriously.
stand on rocks.
From 10 to 1:30.
No, from 7:15 to 8:15, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Isn't there a cosmetology school above you?
No, I have a loft. So I don't know if you remember my back fitness area or not, but there's a loft back there that's like 800 square
The
feet.
fucking loft.
I did. Yeah, it's not anymore. Now it's the dojo.
Seth, how long?
So I emptied it all out, cleaned it,
Dojo.
put a new floor down.
Formally, the fucking loft.
Put new floor down, new walls, everything. It's all
Clean
super,
it
it's
up.
amazing.
We go
looking.
to we
It literally
practice
looks like
karate in the fucking loft.
it legit looks like a Japanese dojo. Like it's all done up nice with.
Seth, how
Kanji.
long would it take for me, legitimately, from start to finish, to get a black belt
In what?
in
jiu-jitsu or
karate?
Karate.
3.5 years, maybe.
Could you do it in a year and a half?
Are there any weekend courses like motorcycle license?
What if I paid you a lot? Could you give me the black belt?
Just go buy a black belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
I don't want to be that type of dojo.
But there is a like.
There's some of those in town. I mean, if you can just go there and tell Fred Simmons to.
Would it take literally 3.5 years to learn the proper techniques? I'm pretty fast learner.
If you go about twice a week, 3 years because every 3 months you test.
Teach him
for the
Akata.
belt rank.
What's the test for a black belt?
Well, it's
They have to
everything leading
chop
up
some
to
wood?
that. No, I mean there's brick breaking in black belt test. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so
How hard is
that's
that?
That's more mental, just to know that you can it's not that hard. It's just mental to know that you have something in front of you that you need to accomplish and to push your way through it. Have strong character and
Like
push through it.
If you brought in
He
the
can't even
bricks,
take a lollipop away from his kid.
I had honestly my next
That
break.
happened this
That's actually the
afternoon.
test at the very end.
Like apologizing to Max.
Take
Take
this
candy
lollipop
from
away from
Tommy.
Max. He actually took it away. He goes, "I'm sorry. It's gonna hurt you a lot more. It's gonna hurt me."
I have 3 baseball bats in my trunk of my car that I'm breaking in a couple weeks. I'm gonna kick through one. I'm gonna have one smash in my forearm and one smash in my stomach.
hold on, a regular
and this
wooden
is-
baseball bat.
Baseball bat.
And this is all
Can you-
just to protest Ale House in the service he received. He's in the lobby fucking kicking bats.
Hold on. So if I held a baseball bat, could you chop through it?
If you held it correctly, yeah. You have to
Oh,
hold it
it's
so
a
it's-
whole. It's like, what's
Hold it in
correct?
your teeth.
You can be one of the holders for the bat I kick through if you want.
That seems like pretty hard to kick a wooden
Oh yeah,
baseball
bring your
bat.
boys. They'll love it. Hey, Daddy gets to hold the bat while the real man kicks through.
But
Because
Yeah,
I was
the
about
guy
to
from-
say, I could break a, but
Oh,
I don't
but
think I
for-
could break a baseball bat.
But for the black belt test, you don't have to break a baseball bat. I'm just saying that I don't know. You choose the amount of bricks, and you have to do one with a kick and one with some sort of punch. For me, when I was 12 years old, I did it with my head. I broke 5 bricks on my head.
Explains a
Which
lot.
was-
It does explain a lot.
I knew you fucking somebody's gonna say that.
But do you think I would an average person like me could just break through a?
You're not average, Tom. You're above average.
Yeah, thank you, Buster.
Yeah, if you punch through, as long as you're aiming for the bottom of the brick and you turn
When's
your
the
hips
last time you've
you
punched
hit
anything,
properly.
Tom?
Yeah, what do you
That's
think
just so
you
you have
could
to
break?
hit properly too. You have to punch properly. You have to have your alignment with your knuckles and your wrists. And you have to make sure everything's like in alignment. So if
You
do
got bad
something
wrists already.
yeah, but I.
Carpal tunnel.
I know. I just want to
you
see.
got to take the braces off.
Brace might actually help.
No, that's
You
why
wear like
gotta
the
take it.
you wear like the bowling gloves. around?
Yeah, he wore it all last week. Yeah.
It's an old lady thing.
Oh, motherfucker, you're
He
out
was
of the
playing.
podcast.
He was playing bridge.
You're off my
here,
racist
too.
podcast. It means that.
I wanted to get him one that looked like a Michael Jackson glove.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be pretty.
Dazzle it.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. That's a medical condition I have. It's not a joke. I like to take you so seriously. I'm just impressed that you could break a baseball bat. That's fucking crazy.
I have.
Can you do it in the?
I have
here?
one. I did one already. I have it on video. I think. You want me to get it? Is it that important?
Well,
Wait, play the video.
I
and
kinda
I'll
wanna-
review it.
I kind of want to see you on Twitch. I kind of want to see you break a baseball. Who else wants to see that?
I would watch that.
Like
I'd watch it. I'm
bring
down.
we bring one in here. Could you chop it?
How
I
about
don't
this
know
table?
about
Could you
shopping.
chop this table right now?
Yeah, chop the table.
Go to my video.
All right.
Wait, the streamlined solution.
During the break, I'm gonna go and investigate these baseball bats. Make sure they're not, like the wrestling. They put a crack in the table. and all
There's
that
no
shit.
crack in it. It's
Play a voicemail while you're searching
Yeah,
for
you
this
gotta,
bat
like,
video.
So wait, are we
Talking
reviewing
about
movies or
that,
not for this guy?
He's
No.
out. Okay. Well, here's the thing. We got Chris Crespo that we have in. He's actually going to be in on Monday talking about the Oscars, and he's our resident movie reviewer. So if we did a movie review segment, it would be Chris. Although
we abandoned D-Rug a long time.
Yeah, we didn't abandon him. We just kept forgetting, and then it was too long.
Okay, forget.
Hey guys, I was listening to the Blood Dog BDM show, and you guys were talking about like doing like some sort of like race with like criminals or whatever, and it made me think about a couple of movies a little older movies, where they use that same premise. I think the first one was called Death Race. It was Jason Statham. I can't remember a few of the other popular
remake.
actors. They had like criminals get in like these like Mad Max style vehicles, and they had to race. They could shoot each other, do whatever, modify it however they want, and then whoever got to the end won. But I think they like rigged it where nobody could ever win, but then obviously good guy Jason Statham wins in the end. He gets away, blah blah blah, beats the system. That one was kind of shitty. And then the other one,
is he calling us from a payphone?
I really liked it's called. I believe it's called Gamer. It's Gerard Butler and Michael C. Hall. It's the main dude for Dexter, and it's more of like a video game style thing where the inmates put on.
Are you flying in a hang glider? Oh my god! Also, when you thought about calling us, you're like, you know what? I know what they want.
Hold on, let me get up in the air before I make the call.
Yeah. First, I'm going to launch off this hill, and then I'm going to call and explain two old movies to them.
He's telling the guy hanging below him, just hold steady while I dial this number. I got to make a call.
Do you remember the video of the dude that wasn't attached?
I talked about that.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah.
Good times.
I guess they have some kind of chip in their head or something, and some rich kid, at home can sign into his live feed and control him and play him like a virtual reality, and then the inmate is actually given like real weapons and shit, and then they have to, fight to the death towards the end.
Okay. What are you drinking, Seth?
Why can't I open this?
What is that?
He can break baseball bats, but he can't open it.
What is it?
What is
it? It always gets on the lips, so I do this.
Oh yeah, that'll get the ladies. What's in there?
I got hazelnut milk, which is really good.
I'm not even sure what that is.
Scoop of cashew butter, scoop of coconut butter, lots of Ceylon cinnamon, which is the healthier cinnamon.
I didn't know cinnamon was bad for you.
Half a banana. No, it's not. But the Ceylon is just better for you, and you can't too much cinnamon, regular cinnamon, yeah, it's toxic. But
I didn't know
Ceylon cinnamon, it's fine.
Well, how much?
Half a banana. And
how much is toxic to you?
How much are you? I don't know.
The cinnamon challenge. I've seen that. It's like what are you talking about? Like
I did that. I did that a few times at Smoothie King. Maybe that's why.
You did the cinnamon challenge.
Me and my employees, I was like, 28.
Wow,
these guys
get
are
a lot
16.
of work done.
I was like,
guys, what's the cinnamon challenge?
They're on the back of the smoothie.
No, we're in the front of the Smoothie King, which is even worse. I'm like, hey, we took the spoon out of the cinnamon, and I was like, in my employee's mouth, and he's coughing it all over the food and shit. I was like, bro, I'm like, go in the back and get some water.
If you're gonna throw up, don't throw up on the fruit.
My ex-wife comes in, she's like, what'd you just do? I'm like, we just did the cinnamon challenge. She's like, you can't be doing
that. That young teen just puked all over the fruit.
I just coughed cinnamon all over the fucking bananas that we're scooping into
free
people's
cinnamon
smoothies.
and old smoothies.
Yeah. So everyone's smoothie for that day had a little hint of cinnamon, powdered cinnamon.
You're not in business anymore, right?
No. That was the only bad. That's the only bad thing we did.
What the fuck?
That wasn't even bad. It's fine.
Yeah. All right, next email.
I had sex in the back too.
Oh my God. With who?
My wife, not the employees. During work hours, I wanted to.
Some guy. Oh my God.
Some 18 and up employees. Oh, they're cute girls.
Some guy walks in. He's like, wait. He's like, let's see. I want my Big Bang, and they're like, here.
Oh, by the way, I sent you a text last night because you were talking about the bulldogging.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember
the
your
bulldog.
Text. Yeah,
I texted you. You never answered me. So I never showed you what I took a picture of. I took a picture of this at a restaurant. Hold on, I gotta find the photo.
Bulldogging is like missionary, but you turn your fist inside.
And there was a plaque at this restaurant I was eating at that had a painting of a black guy in a cowboy hat. And this is the plaque. And the plaque says, Bill Pickett, inventor of bulldogging, the best-known African-American rodeo performer of all time, 1870 to 1932.
What?
Really? Where were you? What, are you at an Applebee's somewhere? There was a cramp on the wall?
What was bulldogging in the rodeo?
No idea. I just took a picture of it because I was like, hey, this guy invented bulldogging.
I did.
All right. We talked about UFC the other day. So this says, all UFC fighters wear a jock strap that has a removable plastic cup. When the fighters walk down before they enter the octagon, the referee will check to see that they are wearing a mouthpiece and then ask him if they are wearing a cup, at which point the fighter will lightly punch himself twice in the balls. I've never seen them punch him in the balls. Every fighter is required to do so. Even with that, these guys kick so goddamn hard that usually once per event, you'll see someone take a break to gather themselves after a shot to the boys. I question it, though, because I swear to God, the last couple of fights I've watched, I've seen, like, full dongers through their shorts.
Wow. Like maybe you're just so dong hungry.
I'm not the only person that noticed it.
The cups
Sometimes
are
I see
shaped like a
pizzas
dick.
in the clouds.
I'm not the only person that noticed it.
The cups are shaped like a penis, so it's like pointed down, like so it looks like a penis. So
Really? Did they mold it to you custom so it fits right?
No, but the real ones are steel, so you don't wear plastic cups. They're not ones that you slip in. They're steel, the good ones that most people wear.
Steel cup?
It's a steel cup. It has foam around the outside, so obviously when impact, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
when it hits,
yeah.
But it's solid steel.
And it's a requirement?
Do you still have your steel cup?
But you can kind of get away with that too, because you can kind of just go like, I mean, I get my nuts and not hurt that bad.
Yeah,
you can do
I
that.
can't. Mine are sensitive. Swollen.
I
bright red.
I beat the shit out of mine all the time.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I pinch my ball skin really hard. And I'm like, it's like an elbow.
So, because I think Samantha was talking about a fight she watched, and
the guy got kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, and then
and they stopped it for a while.
Oh yeah, I was out for. I'm a seasoned Ultimate Fighter. I got kicked in the nuts twice. I was out for 4 minutes. I had to sit and like. That shit hurts.
Did it actually hurt your balls, or did it hurt the outline
No,
of
it
your
hurt the
pappus?
balls because it smushed it so far in, it still crushed the balls into my whatever area, my taint area, and then you still feel it in your stomach, like kick to the nuts. It's so fucking painful.
I need a cinnamon banana right now. Feel better.
All right, let's play another voicemail.
That was a sad time of my. That was a sad time of my life.
What, the Ultimate Fighter? Why?
No. The Smoothie King. I used to wait there like until after hours. My wife falls asleep. I used to masturbate in the back room. Like there's cameras there too. So
why is your wife falling asleep?
You put a fucking bucket.
No. My wife is falling asleep at the house. Like if I closed the store that day,
I
didn't want to go home. So
Before I get out of here,
I'll
let me
lock
jack
up.
off on the floor.
But I had to block because we had cameras in the store, so I had to climb up on the very top of this giant rack, put a box in front of the camera, and then climb down, masturbate, then climb all the way up, move it off to the side again to have it like.
I felt bad for you when the Smoothie King closed down, but now I realize
it's after hours. You don't do it.
After hours. Where were you, in the back room?
All the way in the back. We're office areas in the back. People have office.
Is there a little depressing office back there? Like
like a 7-Eleven office.
So it wasn't little. It was big. It was open.
Yeah.
And I couldn't shoot and hit the food or anything.
Oh, come on.
My God.
So you don't have to worry about that.
But Seth brings up, I'm glad you're honest about this.
I bet you are.
For those of you
Tom
out there,
jacked off at Foot Locker.
there's a lot of people that jack off in their jobs.
I don't.
Just know that.
Don't do it.
No, I guarantee you Daniel's jacked off in this room before.
Not this room.
I'd bet my life on it.
That room, maybe, but not this one. This is the studio.
People
this is
jack
sacred.
off
Also,
after.
there's cameras in this room, but not in the office.
People jack off at their jobs a lot.
I've done it ever since my first job.
Have you done it at the gym?
No, not at the gym.
Oh, come on.
No. Why? I'll tell you why.
I bet my life on it.
Yeah, because it was closed off.
Smoothie King, he's just blasting nuts. But at the jungle, he's
No, because the jungle, there's the glass is on the front.
Well, what about the top?
No, I don't.
you go to the bathroom.
But I would have to have my phone. No, it wasn't worth it.
We can't use your
Maybe the
imagination?
glass excites you. You see people walking in
I
public.
swear to God, I really, honestly, I would tell you if I. Why would I not tell you?
You're right.
because you own the business and you want
No.
Yeah, nobody wants to go
That
to...
wouldn't stop me.
I had the sex dungeon upstairs, and it's a dojo now. So why would I?
The fuck dojo.
No, it wasn't. Nobody has sex up there.
Hey guys, it's Zach from Ohio. So I've had some friends tell me that they think it's rude to text someone late at night, to which I say that's bullshit, because just turn your notifications off if you don't like it. I think it's irritating. I think that it's old grandpas that don't understand that.
I agree. Yeah, you can text at all hours.
I don't think so.
You don't
No,
text
there's
after.
there's a point that you need to stop texting.
I do. I
because
don't.
you don't want to forget
When
something.
I'm listening to my radio and my DVD's playing.
I'll email at all hours.
Yeah, email's fine.
But I will not text after like 9.
I wish you would text because I have my notifications. Everything goes off at like 8:30, so I wouldn't see it anyway. But I wish you text because it's easier for me.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing.
What if it's a
First I don't know how to
stranger?
turn my notifications off with the texting at a certain time. Do you manually turn it off or you set it?
It's on a schedule.
Oh,
Like it
okay.
just goes off at 8:30.
What about your phone? Like a ring turns
It'll only
off?
ring through people that are like I deem important enough. So everybody on our staff here, my mom, Andrea.
What if I called you?
No, it would go. It wouldn't.
What if I desperately needed you?
That's
You're the
the
only
likelihood
person.
of that happening.
I'm in
is-
Baldwin Park. I'm being attacked by Seth.
Well, I can still see the notification if I pick up my phone, but it ain't gonna make a noise.
You're getting bulldogged by me.
I don't call people after 5.
Me neither.
I don't text
Wait,
after
after
9.
5?
Yeah,
That's a little
You
early.
definitely
that's
called
kinda
me after
ridiculous.
5.
Well, I mean, you guys are fine. I'm talking about.
come over and learn the scuba dive. Oh yeah.
I'm talking
All I know
about.
is you don't answer after 2 a.m. That's for sure.
I see it. I'm like, I know what's happening.
I think
You
texting
might
is
get one
fine.
tonight.
I agree with Zach. I think you
I
can text it
disagree.
all. Why?
No, yeah.
Because it doesn't. It shouldn't come through. If you really, it's up to you.
That
to
you're
determine.
the
What are you
only person
texting
I
about?
know that it turns off their text notifications at any time.
What
Yeah,
is
but-
so
but-
urgent at 10:30 that has
But
to be
it's
texted?
But it's up to you.
I can't wait till the next day.
But that's not on me. That's up to you to control what you engage in.
Yeah, but
I'm not pulling you to the. I'm not making you pick it up.
That's victim blaming.
But it's coming.
I'm not making him pick it up.
But it's I hear it and then it disrupts me at my family time because I think why is someone texting me this late?
I'm like
Also,
Tom.
don't expect an answer.
No, I don't.
Like, I might not reply.
I
till the next
don't.
day.
But I can text.
What do you?
guys have
What
much
would you
different lives
text
than
at
me.
11 o'clock?
Well, I've texted Sam
Yeah.
like late, and I'd be like, "Hey, remind me tomorrow." Yada yada. I'm not looking for an
That's
answer.
fine. I mean, within the work, that's fine. But I'm talking
I
about
just
like,
don't want to forget.
Yeah.
And to me, an email like it's not as. In my world, an email is not as permanent. Like a text is where I do the vast majority of things.
You know why? I think it has to do with you erasing your emails. Like you don't keep your emails, which is weird because you have unlimited storage with your emails. No,
You don't. No.
Well, I mean,
With if you attachments and things like that, they add up over time, and you got to go in there and clean it up.
I mean, shit. I've never erased an
never
email.
erased anything.
Yeah. And then I've got plenty of. I mean, what takes storage in my phone is podcasts and videos and shit. But emails.
No,
and
in the account, the actual account.
well, you have unlimited, right?
You don't.
Like Google Gmail has
Absolutely not unlimited.
no.
Nope.
Yeah, but
I like it. I love it when people. I love it when people
say.
say, "I have unlimited," but you don't know you have unlimited.
Hold on. How much data do you have in your regular Gmail account that you? Because I've never, literally from the start, I've never erased any email, and I've never had a problem with my
Juan
Gmail.
says the standard Gmail space is 15 gigabytes.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Well, that's a lot. Yeah. Like how much?
I fill mine up with attachments though, like movies, little things that I'm
Right.
sending myself, audio account, stuff like that. So maybe it's different for me just because I live in that editing world, so I can understand that.
What about what? So, I'm trying to think of outside, like the people here. Like, would you text somebody at 11:30 who like you just need an answer from, but they weren't like a work person?
Not 11:30. That's too late.
Okay, so there is a time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I would stop texting maybe 9.
Okay,
that's a Tom Van. You're following my method.
Maybe 9, but I still text. I mean, I don't think it's rude.
Anything
to text.
after that late, it becomes
like anything
sexy
close
stuff.
to 11. I feel
No, seriously, it
anything
becomes,
close
like,
to 11, I kind of feel like,
girls.
what are you doing?
Seth,
I'm texting at
You've
1 a.m.
sent some dick pics in your life, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Do you worry about that? Like girls putting those out
At
on-
this point, it's a dick.
It's already out there.
It's who cares?
Now, here's
I'm just watching some
honest question.
I don't have it with my face in it though, so it's just
because
this.
okay, because
But your ass tattoo gives it away.
That's true. My ex anyone I date, yes, would give a full body, but anyone that I'm just like talking to for like a week or so that asks for it, and I don't just send it toxically. They have to like, hey, do you want me to send this? They're like, yeah, sure. I'm like, all right, here it comes.
Wait, do you take a fresh one or do you have like a whole chain of
I have
them?
like 3 or 4 I choose from.
No, I want a fresh one. I want you to hold a USA Today like you're over at Conk. I want to know.
It's from like the most recent one's like maybe a month ago, so 4 weeks, 3 weeks ago maybe.
No, I want to see it now.
Let me ask you because I hear
because I gotta shave and shit. I gotta get it all prepped up and shit.
I prep mine up now. It's a better way. It's a better way to live.
I hear like a lot of women talk about make fun of dick pics, and yeah, unsolicited dick pics. Nobody should do that. But I hear them that generally talk about and I thought that like no one wants to see dick pics. That like women, their brains don't even work like that. As far as
depends on
right,
the
such
female.
bullshit. If they are open to it, then bullshit.
But yeah, so when you send the dick pic, do they go? Oh, yeah.
They send like giant heart emojis with fucking cucumbers, eggplants and shit like that.
Cucumbers
with hearts, eyes with
eggplants with
hearts.
water.
It has to be because of
usually it's the heart thing.
Let me
I have to send my wife a dick pic and see if I get the eggplant back.
Or it's the brain thing exploding.
You dick blew my mind.
Oh no!
I feel like that doesn't.
I'm gonna fucking give her a blowjob and break her brain or something.
Whoa, that doesn't work.
Easy, Captain. My God. This guy's so horny over here. He's gonna fuck all of us.
We started talking about testosterone before the break, and I got all excited.
It has to be because of the certain elements of your dick as opposed to
fuck
like,
are you talking about?
Well,
what?
I mean, it's just like
It's your dick elements.
Well, I mean the
detail to it,
the structure, the statistics of Seth's dick.
What the hell are you talking about?
That has to be
dick statistics.
Well,
statistics.
That's the reason why they like it.
You mean like the
They get a big thick dick. That's why
it's veiny. I saw it in that one picture.
What you saw? What?
Yeah, the one you put it on the BDM page.
The outline of it.
Yeah,
you saw
can see
veins
the.
too?
Oh, you can see veins. It's like Carrot Top. Carrot Top's got a. If you
But
ever
they
follow
always,
him on
honestly,
Instagram,
I don't ever
big
send one.
Mega dick.
I don't ever send anything unless somebody sends me some sort of naked thing for like if they send me like a boob, something like that. Then I'm like, oh, well, I can send something back. I always preface it with, hey, are you cool with me?
Hey, can
like,
I send something back? I need you to sign this text.
Yeah, I can kick this up a notch if you want. It's like, yeah, of course. I'm like, all right. So I don't just send it randomly.
Next, you should send your butthole.
yeah.
You don't understand
with
how
you kick this up a notch.
With a little bit of poop cover.
All right,
I get my hemorrhoid popping out. They don't need to see that.
Let's take a break. We come back. We'll do some Bus Decker news.
Got cauliflower.
Want to see my cauliflower asshole?
All right. Let's take a break. Gone too far.
Cauliflower asshole. All right. Hey, you like metal?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, these guys are from Orlando, so you better, because it's all right. It's coming right up your ass. We'll be back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this. 1-844-TOMNDAN or show at tomandan.com.
I thought the bench was white!
News today brought to you by thehumidor.com. They are owned by ABC, and if you're looking for some fine cigars, go to thehumidor.com.
Yeah, we've had a lot of mediums jump in there and buy, a selection of fine cigars and get a lot of money off.
Yeah. If you use promo code Tom and Dan during checkout, we're also doing a contest that if you buy some cigars for you or for gifts or whatever, take a screenshot of the proof that you use the promo code, send it to us or post it on social media, and we will send you something as an appreciation for helping our sponsor, which is ABC. Also use hashtag TDABC if you go to ABC Liquor anywhere.
I'm going to, before we get to news, I'm going to jump in here. We have somebody in our Twitch chat room. Buck Tucker says, my karaoke song is Bust a Move by Young MC. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if you choose a rap song for your karaoke song, you are a basic bitch.
What?
Oh, really?
Oh, I
That's
disagree.
harder, right?
No, rap is way easier.
Oh, really? No, I think rap's
Way
harder.
easier. No,
Well, no,
rhythm.
it
Just
depends on the
being
rap,
just
really.
being in rhythm is way easier than having to be in rhythm and
tune.
actually hold a tune.
Okay, let me ask all.
You can join our racist podcast too.
Speaking of that,
so many words you have to know with rap.
No, but the words are on the fucking screen.
Yeah, but if it's going fast, it can be
No.
hard to read.
Way easier.
Gangster's Paradise is very easy. easy.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Right.
That's basic, bitch. You got to sing.
Well,
If you're
let
going to
me-
get up there, sing.
Let me ask all the white guys in the room and white lady. You guys are
everybody here.
You guys are,
I guess I'm excluded.
You're Native
I'm
American.
Native American.
Yeah. If you choose a song that has the N-word in it, do you sing the word?
I think this has been debated
We've talked about this before,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've talked about this before.
Like
I also think it's case by case.
You've already chosen the song.
Well, also in the karaoke versions, I'm pretty sure they're all edited.
Yeah.
So do you add it?
I would not add it. I would not.
What if I did some Wu-Tang?
But don't add it during the song. Just yell it at the end.
Right.
I don't know.
There's
What are you talking
literally
about?
hundreds of thousands of songs, so there's other songs to
But
choose.
what if I like Wu-Tang? I know
think you're
Wu-Tang.
alone
You don't-
now.
Just because you like a song doesn't mean you have to sing it forever.
Children behave.
What if it was like a random karaoke night and they choose a song that has the N-word in it? What do I do at that point?
You do. It's part of the song. I mean, come on.
No, I say you
Good luck
stick
with
with
that,
the words
Tom.
on the screen. You just stick with the
Yeah,
screen.
exactly.
Yeah.
What are you gonna sing? Because you
No,
never do
I
it.
do.
Usually
I'll
we're
do-
we're the judges.
Yeah,
I'll get
yeah.
up there and sing with my wife.
I
Me
love
and
to- I love
Andrea. You know
karaoke.
what we want to do? We want to
You're
do
doing
the
a duet?
Yeah, we're gonna do a duet. We're gonna do the Lady Gaga Bradley
Okay.
Cooper
Shallow?
song. Yeah,
So gay.
yeah. We're gonna do that.
I get too awkward and
Really?
Yeah, I hate karaoke.
Or we're gonna do the Shania Twain and what was it? Ryan White. From this moment.
Oh my god, I did that with my ex back when I was 18. I did that same song.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I haven't had. Yeah, that song.
I leave
We were at a
only
carnival and we recorded
for
over.
your
it.
happiness.
carnival?
We're at a carnival and they
Yeah,
had
no
a
wonder
thing
you
where
jacked
could-
off in the back room.
Yeah,
This is
they-
crazy.
You could play yourself. You could sing on the thing, and they make a tape for you of you singing it like a karaoke thing. It was me and her doing that song.
Do you have that? Can we put that
Oh,
on?
I don't know what the hell that is. I put sex over it. I took it and I put sex over it.
I wish somehow your camera system would back up and start playing that on the TV
Oh,
while
that's
you're
not that.
ram
I
jamming.
also, for the girlfriend before that, played Night. Does anybody know Nights in White Satin by the Moody Blues?
Nights in White Satin.
There we go. You know the flute solo?
Yeah.
I sung the song on the guitar and did the flute solo on tape and gave it to her as a Valentine's Day.
Super gay.
I'm not saying it wasn't gay, but
Did you do actually play the flute?
yeah, yeah.
Can you
You've
play
never
the flute?
seen he played Game of
I
Thrones.
played
theme.
Game of Thrones intro.
You know, wow, how have you ever played on the show?
Can you break a bat and play the flute at the same time?
Oh,
Can you break a flute?
now that's a challenge.
Hold on,
I'll break a flute.
Can you dress as the mountain, play the flute solo, and then dig your thumbs into Tom's eyes? Kill him like the Viper was murdered.
I want to. You play the Game of Thrones theme on the flute, then you karate chop a bat and scream, "There is no God."
Dude, that'll go viral. That'll
I've
go
tried
viral.
playing this for a while.
That'll go viral.
Why didn't we think of that when Busey was here? We could've
He'll
done
be
that.
back.
Yeah, he will.
He's probably
That's
here
true.
somewhere. He's probably sleeping in here
will be
somewhere.
All right, first story.
All right, first story. R. Kelly's breaking news here.
Yeah,
R.
breaking
Kelly
news.
is indicted on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. So musician R. Kelly's from CNN. Musician R. Kelly has been indicted on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, a Class 2 felony involving 4 alleged victims. He's scheduled to appear in court Saturday for a bail hearing. Arraignment is set for March 8th. A warrant has. So basically, he's been arrested indicted for all these things that you guys.
So
been
he's
hearing
locked
about.
up right now?
God, the trilogy
Should have had a
is
camera.
Jesse Smollett, Robert
He
Kraft,
did.
R.
He did
Kelly.
have a camera, Seth, but unfortunately they
Right?
were all 14 years old.
Oh, that's bad.
You know what's
yeah.
weird?
No, I didn't know the story. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
There's
Yeah, that's
VHS
bad.
tapes of him with
So
Yeah.
a 14-year-old girl where he's asking her to say her age while they're having sex.
So it says the
And she
indict-
says 14?
Yes.
Yeah. So it says
Whoa.
the indictment.
She refers to her
balls.
genitalia as a 14-year-old.
Well, he.
Oh!
it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
power
Oh, it's
thing.
bad.
He,
It's
he
really
likes
bad. Really
that.
bad.
He likes the.
He wants to hear that
He
they're
wants
under
to
it.
hear
Yeah.
it.
I thought
That's
Oh.
what makes it like
Yeah.
way over the. The guy's
Oh,
a
I
sicko.
bet.
Here's what's weird is like
Fucking disappointing.
the aggravated sexual abuse. But there's no. I didn't hear any charges about like being minor or.
So the indictment accuses Kelly
Yeah,
of sexual acts with 3 children older than 13 but younger than 17.
That's a thing?
Yeah, because I think if you're
Yeah.
younger than 13,
It's a higher charge.
Yeah, child.
Yeah, they start to
Oh.
narrow it down.
I didn't know that.
At least in
Yeah.
Illinois. So there's no age range listed for one of the alleged victims. The charges say Kelly used force or the
Man,
threat of
Chicago
force.
having a rough week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But since they're... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep going.
if you watch the Seth, there's the R. Kelly like docu-series out, and I watched the majority of it, and it's like, oh my god, this guy's a fucking not only a sexual predator but a goddamn monster. Like he not only preys on young girls, but then he keeps them in some weird fucked up harem,
well,
and
he, like, grooms them.
But that's just it. They're all about. It's not like forced where they don't want it; they want it too, type thing. Like
well,
he would attract. Yeah, he would bring them in. Basically,
obviously brainwashing.
He would take young black women.
He doesn't have them like tied down or anything.
They were from bad households, but they wanted to be like music stars.
I see.
And then he'd bring them in, then do like have sexual acts with them, videotape it and stuff, and then keep them like and tell their parents like, oh, they're on tour with me, I'm helping their career and shit, and then basically brainwash them to the point where they were like fearful of leaving, and like it was crazy, dude. You watch it, you're like,
I could do that with you with a black belt if you really want a black belt.
It's surprising that he got away with it this long. Like it's kind of a shame on society that we didn't like.
Well, a lot of these guys, like Cosby, got away with it forever. So, like,
look at Ryan Adams recently. You know that guy.
Yeah, I guess the New York Times wrote about that recently.
I read the
there
whole
was like
article.
7 or 8 women that had said he had.
Including Mandy Moore
Yeah,
came out talking about how controlling and weird he is.
Yeah.
I mean, get your shit together.
How many people like celebrities are out there right now scared out of their
shaking in their
ass
boots?
that because they do this shit and they're just like waiting for the fucking hammer to
across
drop
the
them.
nation? How many local celebrities are
or just
shaking in their
people
boots?
in general.
Yeah,
like doing fucked up shit and getting away with it.
But I think people are less like celebrities now are like because they're the first. Like people that society will go after, like the R. Kellys, like the Bill Cosbys, all these people that are doing this fucked up shit. We're finding like because apparently a lot of people knew about it and they just
this isn't a new thing.
No,
I mean, he's been charged
like 10
before.
years of this.
Yeah,
So
a lot have been settled out of court.
Who
too.
have we lost recently? Cosby, Kevin Spacey. Weinstein, I don't really count him because
but I guess he's kind of back on the scene.
Louis C.K. Who else have we lost, entertainment-wise?
What Louis C.K. wasn't charged with anything.
What was that?
They just found out he's a piece of shit, like or that he was,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Performer. It's probably get worse.
Yeah, there's people who are
I can't imagine it
about
won't. And then hopefully people will wise up and stop doing dumb shit.
Is your next story about old Bob Kraft?
Yeah, so New England Patriots owner, sorry about that, is being charged. Robert Kraft is being charged with 2 counts of soliciting someone to commit prostitution stemming from a raid in a day spa in Florida.
I have a.
He likes to get whacked off.
But yeah,
leave him alone. He's an old man. He got a weird haircut.
I like how people have turned this into a sports thing where now it's like Florida Miami Dolphins always beat Panther. That was a Patriots Dolphins thing, and it's turned meme crazy. But Samantha brought up a good point before the show when we heard obviously it was breaking news before the show started about Robert Kraft.
You want me to tell you a little more background on it? So Kraft was linked to a sting that has been going on for months, and his charges relate specifically to, quote, 2 different visits to Orchids of Asia Day Spa in the city of Jupiter in Florida.
Motherfucker got more money than God going to a strip mall to get whacked off. That's fucking funny.
He has denied all. He's denied that he committed a crime. He says, but he's part of a whole sting of 20 people.
Do they have him on tape asking?
So
apparently there is a tape of him actually getting whacked off.
So the evidence includes video of Kraft in a room at the spa receiving, quote, paid acts, and him being driven to the spa.
It should be legal anyway.
You're right.
Seriously. Well, if it's consensual, yes. But this is supposedly sex trafficking, though.
Obviously,
we don't know the whole story, so I don't want to say. I believe that sex work should be legal as well. If everybody consensually wants to do it, do whatever you want.
I agree.
However, if it is sex trafficking, that is a problem.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that the old man that owns the Patriots got whacked off at a strip mall. That's funny.
That's ridiculous.
He has a home down there.
He didn't have to do that.
Right.
I think it's a scenario.
He could have self-facialed himself.
Well, no, dude, the guy could literally
have
just
an escort come to your home.
Yeah, you could
Why are you
literally
going to a
have. You
cheapo-
have enough money to have any porn star that you follow on Instagram, and you just lay it out there. You're just like, I want to be whacked off.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, because yes, I think, and everybody's like, why? Same thing with like Jeff Bezos and stuff. Like when you have unlimited money, which Robert Kraft has, you're saying to yourself, why do it like this at some fucking day spa in Jupiter or whatever? What we're forgetting about is how horny guys are and how they make bad decisions in the moment based on like the
poison
horniness and now. I think in this scenario, like a bunch of his rich friends are like, "Hey, this day spa, like, I got some, Okay. I'm imagining, I'm making this up, but I'm imagining a scenario
looks just like Lucy Liu.
where Robert Kraft's down there in Jupiter. He's got a house there, and then someone tells him about this day spa, whatever. He goes in there. Maybe his intention was not to. Get jerked off or whatever it is. And then while he's in there, and then the girl's massaging them, and then maybe the person asks,
What's he slip a Kraft single in her boot?
do you want to get jacked off or whatever? Because they asked Daniel that at a Asian massage parlor.
Oh, they slapped my dick.
Yeah.
With the back of their hand, they're like, "You want?"
Yeah, and then
I was like,
isn't it just?
And my
sexual?
answer, and I take it back. My answer was, "No, I know want." Like I was like,
Why'd you had to say it in Asian like that?
And then I did.
No, I know want.
And then I ran out the back door.
That's not Asian,
freaking
Seth.
out. Then I called
Asian's
my
not a
wife.
language.
Whatever.
And I can imagine a scenario where then during this scenario of him getting massaged and the masseuse asking like, "Hey, do you want a hand job?"
Massage therapist.
Him saying yes.
Yeah,
and
then I would have said I was sexually harassed to do that, and I felt uncomfortable. I didn't know what to do.
Well, the
in that
thing
scenario.
is,
you can't do that when you're a billionaire.
I think
a rich old man.
Juan in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/TomAndDanLive, he says there are 200 people involved in this thing, and ESPN reported that Kraft isn't even the highest profile person
I heard
on the
that
list.
too.
Oh, really? So
awesome.
I imagine that
But they haven't mentioned the other names.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Heidi Fleiss thing. Remember? It's like I assume that every rich white dude or anything, it really can be any ethnicity, every rich dude has a run-in with some sort of prostitution, because at that point, when you have that much money, there's a lot of dudes. I've hung out with rich dudes that talk about this. And
but why compromise yourself?
Because there's so many girls that want to do stuff for money. Like literally, it's ridiculous.
There's places that it's legal to do it. I mean, you could go to Nevada,
but they also think they can just get away with it.
Yeah, but it's easy
because they
here.
have been getting
That's
away
the
with it.
Literally,
problem.
girls ask me all the time, like on dating things. Hey, daddy. Hey, if you want to throw some money, we can go on a date. It's everywhere. Like tons, and that's me.
Yeah.
I can imagine like multi.
I mean, like he has enough money in a private jet. He could have flown to Nevada, and then he could have taken a limousine to the Bunny Ranch, and he could have stayed there privately. And that whatever that guy's there, I think he's dead now.
I just want to get jerked off.
But you know, it goes back to
but it's not a lot
That's
of
also
work.
weird to me too.
But no, you know
it
what?
is, but it's legal.
Daniel, it goes back to the Dave Chappelle joke. I think it's Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock.
It's the robot man.
No, when he's talking about Bill Clinton and why, like everybody was like, why did he have sex with Monica Lewinsky? It was seemingly nothing against Monica Lewinsky, but like a normal woman that there's nothing really, she's not a model or whatever.
I think she's cute.
But it's because, like he said in his joke, I'm stealing from him, but he's a fucking busy man. So he just popped his head out his office. He's like,
well, there's more to it than that.
True.
She was an intern that looked up to him. He was the president of the United States.
True.
It's kind of like the R. Kelly thing where he was kind of grooming her and made her feel comfortable and safe.
But
there's a whole psychological thing behind that.
You're
it's not
right.
just because it was convenient. Yeah, that played a role in it.
Well, I'm saying these rich guys, it's like we're asking why fucking do this, and I think they're more normal than we think. Like they're super rich and they have this fucking life and they're owner of the Patriots and whatever it is, and they go to a fucking day spa.
I just want to be normal. I just want to get arrested.
Well,
for getting whacked off.
Well, he didn't think that. I mean, all his rich friends were like, "Hey, go to this day spa. They'll jack you off." And he's like,
but
"All right."
what I'm saying,
It's stupid.
100% sure there's a place or like an escort service where you can hire your own personal masseuse that will do that and come to your house and do it.
No, I see
There's
them
no reason
online.
there's no reason to go to this fucking strip mall.
I agree.
Like,
If that's the
you're gonna
case,
get
then half the
busted.
places here are going to get like.
But guys,
Yeah, it's gonna ruin it for all of us because of stinky old crap.
Guys do
Stupid
dumb
haircut.
Guys do
he looks
dumb
like
shit.
fucking George Washington.
they've talked about this before. It's like a normal guy doesn't
stupid old man
doesn't run into a lot of the same situations that rich people or celebrities run into. For instance, like basketball players and things like that. Like a lot of them cheat on their wives because there's women outside their fucking hotel room dying to fuck them, and they're like, hey, come please fuck me. And guys are they're weak, a lot of them, and they do these things, and they probably regret it after they do it. But it's like, there's
the chemicals in us, man. That's what we're made to do. And people saying that
none of it's right, by the way.
No, I never say it's right. No, listen, I know it's a bullshit excuse, but it's true. Like that's like saying, control.
You can't say I know it's a bullshit excuse and it's true. You can't say that in the same sentence.
But
I'm explaining why.
I don't. Personally, I don't think it's a bullshit. It is true, just because it's the same way women on their time out to say the period, they get more cranky, they get bloated, they get like more frustrated. It's the same thing. It's chemicals in our fucking brains. Like guys are That's our nature is to fucking spread our seed and to have sex.
You have no self control.
No, I do. Okay, then you have self control when you're on your period, not to fucking blow up on me and freak out.
That's not always true for everybody.
And it's not always true for every guy, but it is some guys, and it's true for some girls.
It's happening.
So how is it any different? Tell me how that's any different.
Well, I'm just talking
Chemicals.
about Robert
Quick,
Kraft.
jack off in the back room.
And us trying to figure out why would this guy that ultimately, the owner of the goddamn Patriots won 6 Super Bowls, like super famous, why get jacked off at this fucking massage spa in Jupiter, Florida? I honestly think it's because he was laying there getting a massage, and maybe the girl said like, "Hey, do you want a happy ending?" And him saying yes.
But
it's as simple as that.
He went back.
But he specifically went to that.
He went
massage
back.
He's
parlor.
a regular.
I know.
He's a regular, and he's quote unquote solicited.
Yeah, he didn't go there because he needed a massage. He went there because he knows they jacked the people off.
Yes, I know, but exactly. I feel that he went there to do that, but it's that's the reason. It's him.
Well, it's stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid.
He's an idiot.
It goes back to this guy probably being a super busy guy and going back to him being a guy. But listen, do I think he's a bad person?
Dude, I'm the
or a piece of shit?
I'm the horniest person you know.
Here's the thing,
and I would never do that. Maybe Seth might be a little hornier than me because he's in better shape.
But I would
here's
never
why
do
he's
that. I would never
an
do it
idiot.
either because I'd be too afraid of what might happen or could happen.
What
That's
makes
just my
me
own
think of my
hypochondria.
career more than
Yeah.
somebody who's worth a billion times more than me not thinking of his career?
Yes, you're right. And here's why he's an idiot. He had to have known that these places and stuff have like human trafficked sex workers working at that's horrible, and these women, some of them, maybe the majority, I have no idea, are human trafficked from different places or whatever, kept beyond held beyond their will, and then maybe forced or they have incentive to do these things. He should know that by even engaging in this is a fucking dumbass thing for him to do.
So I want to point out what do you think the consequences are? Like,
Nothing.
What do you think he could get
What
in
is
trouble
his
for?
punishment?
Probably.
Well, I'll tell you what it is.
Prostitution,
Tiny
of some
fine
sort.
or something. By the way, based
don't
on
think
our
he'd go
first
to jail
segment,
for that.
Tom is anti-human trafficking reports.
On terrestrial radio.
Sorry.
So it's second-degree misdemeanor, which generally carries no more than 60 days in jail. Which
Yeah, he's not gonna.
He ain't gonna do anything.
Probably get a fine.
So then, what's the consequence
Because it's
for him?
not
Is
that
it
big
just
of a
out
deal.
in the public
It's
and
an
now everybody
embarrassment.
knows?
Yeah,
about it?
it's already. I mean,
And that's why they released it, because he ain't gonna do any time.
Yeah, it's now he's embarrassed, and
He's probably not.
I guarantee it. Like, in those guys that run in this, they got a bunch of rich and powerful friends, and now none of his rich and powerful friends probably want to fucking have anything to do with
Thank
them.
God he's too old to understand what a meme is. Like he won't see any of those. So he's sheltered.
Because prior to this, Robert Kraft was squeaky clean. I mean, to our
He
knowledge,
made out with Tom Brady. But.
I mean, here's the thing: in the general public, Robert Kraft was like, owns the Patriots, the fucking high on life, won 6 Super Bowls, the rich, good. Now he's Robert Kraft, fucking got jacked off at his spa.
So his first wife passed away.
So he's single. So he's single.
No, there was a woman.
He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, and she was really young too. Well, not real young compared to him.
Yes.
How young?
Much younger than me.
How young?
She was
What's
like,
the difference?
I think she was 39. But
Oh,
he's like
younger
70.
than me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
Now you like him, yeah.
It's a you know,
I liked him before.
Robert Kraft also he does some weird shit like he will go to like I heard that he was hanging out at the like after parties of the NBA All-Star Weekend and stuff like at the club with a fucking gold chain with the championship something on it. Like he's doing shit that an old man probably shouldn't be doing. So that maybe he's more dumb than I think and
He's
that's
also,
why he does
he's
it.
77 years old.
Oh God.
Yeah, well, at that point, you're allowed to let them do whatever they want.
How,
right?
That must take a long time to jack him
And his
off.
girlfriend's 39.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you obviously know is the girlfriend a cute girl or what?
like when I was
she's
when I was
pretty.
young, it was fast. Like now that I'm 42, even it takes a little longer. It's like warming
That's
up.
why I'll
the-
never date a 39-year-old my age because if that old 7-year-old can get a girl, I'm like, they're way too old for me.
It's
ridiculous.
Did anybody assume that these rich guys weren't getting prostitutes? Like, I don't know why that's a shock.
I don't know. For whatever reason, I didn't think he would. Getting a prostitute is different. If you told me that he hires prostitutes to come to his house, I'd be like, oh, of course.
Better or
But you
worse?
tell me he goes to a strip, but worse. Or no, better. If you tell me he goes to like like he's literally in a massage parlor next to a vape shop getting jacked off, I'm like, no way.
That does seem below him.
It just doesn't seem like I wouldn't expect any of you guys. If Busticker came to me and said I got jacked off in the massage parlor next to the vape shop, I'd be like, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah. You know what Robert Kraft?
You know what I mean? Like you don't think of that being something that
Robert
I
Kraft,
don't know.
he has
Maybe
enough
I'm an
money
idiot.
to hire a professional hand job prostitute
Should have bought the hand job genie.
that had no that.
Are there prostitutes that specialize in hand jobs?
Oh yeah, they do it. Personal masseuse, dude. There are personal masseuses.
We've had the hand job genie in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
studio.
And
I mean, maybe last week we might have had somebody that he could have called.
That's true too.
And so here's how he can get away with it. He sets it up where the person comes to an undisclosed location, like not his house, because you don't want to, blow up Robert Kraft's spot. But if he wanted to do this, he could be in a room in complete darkness, and then
He can rent out a Cece's Pizza for the night.
His people can be like,
he can go to my fucking dojo.
well,
Dojo's closed tonight. Robert Kraft's getting jacked off.
If he pays me enough money, I'll mop up after.
he could hire a
Pepsi
prostitute
Smoothie King mop.
to go into the room with complete darkness, jack him off, and she wouldn't know it was Robert Kraft or whatever, and then leave, and then he could get away with this. But I think it has more to do with that. It has to do with like
he puts a mask on, so he puts a Patriots helmet on, so nobody knows who he is.
Hey,
we have
that old George Washington has a Patriots helmet on. He's nude in a Cece's Pizza.
Just a fucking big.
It won't be that big.
Psychologically, it has to be more. It has to be he's doing something knowing it's wrong.
I want to
and
hear
that's
what
part
you
of
think.
it or
You'll make a
something.
statement.
No,
because they're denying it. They're saying it didn't happen.
His only statement will be his lawyers
Just
will
say
be
it
like,
didn't happen.
this is not.
Hey, where are we at with Jesse Smollett? Is he still digging in and saying that it still happened, right? Because apparently today he called a meeting with everybody that's on the show Empire and said, hey, I apologize for anything that this caused.
Yeah, but they edited him out of the show.
Yeah, but he still maintained like that it happened and he's innocent and yada yada. And I'm like, oh, he's digging in.
Yeah, or
he's doubling down.
He's crazy. At this point, everybody knows. And what else are you gonna say? Like, you're gonna tell everybody, like, I'm sorry. Like, I guess you could then just apologize and make up some bullshit excuse. But
I think it'd be
he's
better.
hated by
No, it
everybody.
would be better for him to just say, look, there's no excuse for what I did. I was in the wrong, and I need some time with myself to think about how not only
You're
I've
right.
wronged myself, but wronged Chicago and the nation. And
Doubling-
then just go away.
You're right. Doubling down on your innocence is never.
You're gonna
good.
end up becoming out like a quadruple asshole.
Yeah. I think there's no saving. I mean, his career is 100% done.
I think Trevor Noah had the best statement. He was like, before, there were people that we thought people hated Jesse Smollett because he was gay and black. We thought that. We thought that there were people that hated him because of that, and that's why they beat him up. Now everybody really hates him because he's just an asshole. And he said, and that, my friends, is progress.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Next story.
Let's see here. Hold on.
You want to hear? You still dreaming of that strip mall? You're distracted.
You want to hear about a donut or a bunch of nudists?
Let's go.
Donut.
This is like a news roulette. I got
Butler
going
votes
on here.
donuts.
We'll go donut. Let's go donut.
They're in England, the nudists, if that matters.
I thought it was where else could stay on the sex kick with the nudist.
So a Florida donut shop is celebrating its grand opening with a $100 donut.
Oh, I can't wait to go and give it a bad review.
Let's buy it. Let's buy it.
Containing
I'll do
24
it.
karat gold and Cristal champagne.
Hey, we did this with our beer.
Yeah. It wasn't $100 though, was it?
I mean, we put $1,000 worth of
Spent
gold.
too much money putting in it.
We bought $1,000 worth of gold.
Oh, that's true.
And then dumped it in the beer. But
Why
it was
didn't you save that?
Well, yeah. Why don't you pay Seth with that?
Man, I'll write you a
probably
check right
could have
now.
paid Seth with the amount of gold flakes that were left on your hand after you dumped it poorly into the bath.
Tom has popcorn
That makes
lung
me very
because of that
mad.
now. He blew it into his lungs.
So Bjorn Delacruz, pastry chef at Enter Through the Donut Shop in Miami Beach, said the Gold Crystal Ube donut is loaded with luxurious ingredients.
But will it taste better?
I don't know about that.
Fuck no.
So it's made with this thing called ube, which is a sweet purple yam from the Philippines.
That actually sounds
What's
good.
it like the most expensive sweet ingredient?
Potato?
It has Cristal Jello. Wait, it's like a Jello shot made with Cristal.
I don't like jelly donuts.
Oh,
Yuck.
really? I do.
So they cover
I
it in
do.
Cristal icing, airbrushed gold on it. So yeah, it's
jelly
$1,000
Some,
a dozen.
some raspberry filling.
It's basically a publicity stunt
Yes,
for this
yeah.
Miami Beach.
And some rapper will buy it, and then they'll
Two chains.
Especially for only-
Like that
for
show he
$100.
has, the most expensivest.
$100
That's a great
is cheap.
show.
There's a picture on Instagram. It's kind of neat. I mean, it looks like
It's a beautiful donut.
nice little donut there.
What's Two Chainz
Looks
show?
gaudy.
It's called the most expensivest.
What is it?
It's him finding the most expensive things.
Oh,
But
really?
The idea of it being called the most expensivest
Mhm.
is the name of the show, which I believe is incorrect English.
Yeah.
Is awesome.
Mhm.
And he's really likable on the show. He's funny.
Does he just find the most expensive
Like he buys like
shoe or whatever?
he'll find like a $75,000 dog collar. He'll find like the most expensive green beans.
Yeah. What thing is it on?
I
was about to say channel. Like that's
an
there's
old
a
man.
channel.
Could be a channel.
Oh, there's no
What
such thing as
thing's
channels
on?
anymore.
Is it on the
light up
Yeah,
Not really.
It's on Vice.
what are you talking about?
It's on
Well,
Vice.
no
That's
one
a
ref-
channel.
Vice is a channel.
Yeah, but who references like what channels? No one
I
says
do.
that.
I still have cable.
Better than saying what things did on.
Well, I meant I should have said network or whatever the hell.
Platform.
Network platform.
You could have just said what's it on.
I know.
Make it simple. Make it easy on yourself. Do you need to be jacked off?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a contact in your
Oh,
phone that
yeah.
can help you with that?
Oh, we didn't get to that.
I
did we?
got the list.
Yeah, it was too late.
It's
We'll-
too late?
We'll do
Okay.
it. We'll do it next.
We'll have to do it next
week,
week. We'll have to start with that.
What's the nudist calling?
So a British nudist group is organizing an attempt to break the Guinness World Record for having more than 100 people ride a roller coaster while naked.
All right.
That's gonna be a bunch of fat
That
people.
does not sound appealing at all. I know
British-
they're gonna wash it down.
Imagine my
like-
balls, like gravity just fucking slamming them on the seat.
How
in front
long
of
are
you.
your balls?
Mine. Really, I got plenty.
I was
got
watching
saggy
a
balls. I got
porno the
saggy
other
balls.
night, and the dude's balls were basically like melted over the girl's asshole.
Oh,
like,
come on.
Like they were coming
Asshole.
down,
That's
and I'm
right.
like, dude, you need to tuck.
Yeah. It depends on if it's hot. I don't know. If it's hot and I'm sweating, I'm going.
They're long.
They're hanging.
No, that's gross.
So
you need to go to the doctor.
the British Naturalism said it's hoping to at least get 103 people to participate in this attempt to break the world record at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Have you been there, Travis?
Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
The current record is 100 people, so they're just trying to beat it with one extra person.
All right. It's not that hard to
Way
find.
to shoot for the stars, naked Brits.
Logic Man Andy was in a world record skydive with nude other
he did that?
skydivers.
Yeah.
He was part of the
Your dick is a
they did a giant.
The balls are behind that going.
yeah. And
Women's titties are fucking off the side.
yeah, they actually had a
like a wings.
They can only fill the plane with so many people. There was that many people that wanted to be involved. Like finding people to get naked is not that hard.
Yeah.
Like
Imagine air getting like an enema up your asshole with just air just like constantly.
You'd be
filling
farting it out.
No,
Have we talked about?
kill
Have you guys all been to nudist resort?
I want to
yet?
do a broadcast from there,
I've
old
been
school,
there.
where we're all nude. Did you get nude?
No, I didn't.
See, I think if you go, you got to get nude.
it's awkward to me.
Well, I mean, you.
That's because he shaves like a baby and he's completely like shiny on his genitals.
I've been nude at a resort in Jamaica.
Really?
With other.
I have
with-
too.
I went in the pool with Jimmy. Me and Jimmy, Russ.
Yeah, I was
Carlos,
laying on a banana raft in
we're all
sun
nude.
tanning.
Did you take your clothes off inside the pool, or did you take them outside the pool and you jumped in?
You have to take your clothes off before you enter beyond the point. Like there's a guard, a Jamaican guard there. Like
Get naked, man.
yeah, seriously.
Saw that white dick.
They won't let
Let me
you
make fun of that white cock.
They won't.
Why do you shave like a baby man.
Holy shit, man.
Look how shiny your nuts are.
They won't let you behind the point unless you take your clothes off.
Ah.
Then Bo Rhodes climbed a fucking
tree and then he slid
a
down.
coconut
Yeah,
tree.
he had like doo-doo stripes on his chest.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, it
I don't
was
know
a
if I could
mess.
do that.
I'm sure they love you out there at Cypress Cove.
I would go out there and do it, but these guys don't want to get naked. Sam said she would, but I said she's not invited because I think that's just
You wouldn't get naked.
I never said I would.
No, you said you would go.
I'd go.
I didn't ask you to be naked. I don't think that's appropriate.
Well, I'll go if I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna get naked.
I'm gonna
but
get naked. I'm gonna go. I'll be. What am I gonna be the only one naked?
Yeah. I won't go if you get naked. That's
Butler don't get naked. Yeah, we don't care.
No, I gotta be.
Why does that weird you out?
I just don't want to see a bunch of naked
don't-
people
then
that
don't look at it.
No,
Don't look at it.
it's hard
It's
not
like
to look.
radio. Turn the channel.
Well, if I'm there, it's hard not to look at it.
No, it's not.
You guys
like
be
I can
sitting
look.
there.
I'm talking to Sam right now.
Yeah,
Not looking at.
but
him.
you
look at that.
through your peripheral, you'll see.
And just curiosity, you'd want to look at your.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see how big your dick is, so I'm gonna look and be like,
Have
okay.
some self-control.
No, I don't have self-control.
We've learned that
everyone knows
today.
that. Everyone
Seth
knows.
has no self-control.
Nobody here does.
What about the nude beach? Would you go there?
Yeah, I
Have
would
you
go
been?
anywhere nude. It doesn't bother me.
Have you been to the nude beach?
I don't like this.
No, I've
All
not.
right.
I would go though.
I'm
been down
embarrassed unless I'm at least a little semi, because I don't like. I like to be a little.
You gotta fluff it
Short,
up.
I gotta fluff.
Yeah.
I'm a grower, not a short. Like, I'd rather like have it bigger than people will be thinking.
It
oh,
would
God.
suck to have a penis that was so big that when it got hard, it was the same size. Like I'd be like, this sucks.
Yeah, because there's
Like
nothing.
I like mine. I lay in bed, I get a hard on. I'm like, all right, you know. And then when I get a simi in the shower, I'm like, yeah. And then when it's normal, or if I'm sick,
acorn.
yeah, and I'm like, ew, yuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've got to slap this thing a couple times.
Also,
Pump it.
traditionally and stereotypically, nudists aren't your the models of society.
No.
Because
No.
that's you know.
No, but they're
that's what
free.
happens,
They're
yeah.
living their life.
Yeah.
Why do
I'm
you
nothing
care?
against them. I'm just saying that's people expect nudist colony to be filled with very attractive people, and it usually, not all the time, but is not the case.
That's why you should go, because you guys would be like the most attractive ones there.
No.
Play
I
some
mean,
volleyball, eat some hot dogs.
yeah. Also, we've had people that remember we talked to someone a long time ago in the first studio. That's how long ago it was. But a listener of ours, they grew up with a nudist family, and it's bizarre. And she even talked about it when you're like 13. Or like, you know, when you're a teenager.
You're like developing.
And you're nude in front of everybody's
Yeah.
nude. But it's nothing sexual
That's a
about
thing?
it.
You're alled to do that?
What's a
Oh,
nudist
yeah.
colony?
Yeah.
That's still.
They have
What?
kids. Their kids
That's
are nude too.
protected, yeah.
And
Oh.
but she said there's never been anything weird. Like, and everybody, it's totally not a sexual thing. But still, at the age of like 13, as a young girl, you're weirded out by it because
Yeah.
of course your hormones are changing.
That I do not support.
Well, if there's
What do you mean?
No, I'm just like, I would not do that. Like, I'll go and get naked everywhere, but like right now,
Leave the
even
kids
in
out of it.
Even in my own house, I'm kind of like adhering to being a little more modest. I'm setting some
We used to walk
boundaries.
around naked all the time as when we were. I remember that in the house. We were just like.
That's just my own personal
naked.
preference.
I
I'm
like-
not judging
So
those
like
people.
take that mindset and they just do it as the whole community,
Yeah.
you know? Which I guess if you grow up with everybody, it's normal.
I'm sure it's
but,
fine.
I mean, it's weird to me, but I didn't grow up that way. You
Right.
know?
So I'm not passing judgment on it, but I just know my daughter's been asking a lot of questions lately. She said something yesterday that literally threw me out of the car. Like,
Uh-oh.
Ugh, my God.
Cookies or
No cookies. Just, hey, my vagina's red.
Oh, no, talk about it.
Jesus Christ,
I'm
that's
like-
it's too far for me.
And I'm like,
You really said that.
That's
she's-
so comfortable.
I
And
gotta
I'm
get
like,
up
well,
and
let's.
leave
Yeah,
I was like,
because you use the words. Get rid
no,
of
it's
that.
not. It's fine.
No,
you
it's awkward
use
for
the
everyone.
words.
It's awkward for everybody around here. Everybody says it's awkward.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's awkward.
No, I think
It's not awkward.
It's awkward that you
just,
said
I
that.
didn't expect it to be
now,
that bad.
now I feel comfortable sitting next to him.
All right, let's get out of here.
R.
Way
Kelly
too
does
late.
not think that's awkward at all.
Oh,
My God,
Oh,
butt thicker.
see?
Jesus Christ.
We're ruining you, but
You're the
You
worst
can't-
one now.
You came into your upstanding citizen
Dirtball.
all right, let's get out of here. Let's plug some stuff. Seth,
I'll go first.
yeah, plug your gym.
I do want to plug my gym, The Jungle. Everyone knows about that, of course. And there's actually been a few BDMs that signed up a couple weeks ago. They're loving it, doing great. But I did start, like I mentioned earlier, a new karate program that I'm doing 3 times a week. I'm teaching it. I've been in karate since I was
awesome,
6.
dude.
That was my original style that I did, and I'm just going back to it.
That's a passion project
It's
for you, right?
It's very,
I
very
can tell you really
passionate.
care about
I
that.
do. I really do.
Who is
All
it- are you
joking aside, like
are you
I'm
still
really
working
good.
with that other guy on that? Or?
Yeah. Well, my old sensei from back home, and then Daichi, who's my good friend, who also teaches. Yeah. We're teaching.
Congrats
so,
on that. That's super
So I'm
cool.
doing middle school age all the way to adults. So I already have like 4 or 5 people in the class, but it's really good if you want something separate than just out on the floor doing kickboxing or jiu-jitsu, which is a little more contact.
I wish
this
my
is more for
daughter would do
longevity.
that. I think she'd be good at
More
it.
for spiritual growth. Well, easy on the spiritual. I know.
Yeah.
Focus.
mental growth.
You can
focus.
be spiritual and not be religious dogma.
Exactly. Just to instill like the really good virtues in people that I grew up with and that I like to have.
If you can you like actually do a karate competition, but without strength and that kind of thing doesn't matter, right? It's just form and like points, right? In karate.
For that, well, depending on what type of karate tournament you go to, but yeah,
Like-
it's semi-contact,
Is it
so you're
like
allowed
huff
to
point?
hit pretty
Full
solid and
point.
just touch the face. But
Sam,
yeah.
who do you think Tommy Gilligan can beat up Seth in karate? Like,
Hey, we had a voicemail about that I didn't play.
No, really?
I had it ready to go. You want to hear it?
Because
real
we
quick?
have this BDM. He's karate crazy.
Yes, but Seth
what is it,
has
Coach?
height on him.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If it's not a
Here,
strength
here.
thing,
Hey guys, I got an idea for a Yellow Brick Road Foundation charity. I think it should be Seth Petruzelli fights BDM Tommy Gilligan. Seth's got some height advantage, so he has to fight with one arm, and he also has to have had blood work done recently, and the doctor is waiting to tell him the results
After
so
the
that
fight.
he's a
Oh
little
my
bit stressed
God.
out
Yeah, I don't
about
like that.
his potential dying. And then the stipulation is the loser has to dress up as Kimbo Slice in blackface for
No.
Halloween this year.
Well, Tommy would never do that because he's a good human being.
That's one for Sam.
I just have bad judgment. I'm a good human. I'm a good human being.
Yeah, you're like Robert
No,
Kraft.
I care a lot about people.
You're the Robert Kraft of Orlando.
I care
You're
a
just
lot about
bad
people.
judgment.
and in 2008 is a different time.
Again,
Everybody knows that.
it was not cool then.
And he got a Slurpee
He
thrown
just
at him.
didn't get in trouble for it.
Karma got me, I guess.
Robert Kraft got a Slurpee thrown at him, leaving the strip mall.
Everyone else liked it in public. And nobody said anything. Anyway, if you're interested in doing anything like that, you can go to. I have a new website. It's karateoforlando.com if you want
How'd
to
you
go.
get that?
It's pretty good, right?
Good snag.
Yeah. Karate Orlando was like 3 times as much, but I got Karate
Really?
of Orlando.
That's weird.
Yeah, Karate of Orlando.
Yeah,
There you
Karate
go.
of Orlando.
I'll
So I
sell
got
you
that
Karate Orlando.
I already put a bid. I already put a bid out to whoever owns it, and they wrote back. They didn't want to sell it. So.
Just go beat the shit out of
Yeah,
him.
I did that. I threatened somebody with my name. So somebody has Silverback Seth on my Instagram is at Silverback Seth, but it was at Silverback Seth for real because someone had Silverback Seth. So I wrote him email after message after message like, hey, come on, man, that's my name. Hey, and he had like 3 pictures of
Somebody
him
has
and
a
dog.
mediocre time.
And there's
It's like
one
him and a
picture.
kid, him and a dog, or something like that. I'm like, you son of a bitch. I'm like, this was like years. And finally he came on and was like, all right, man, I'm sorry, I'm never on this. It's yours. Go ahead, take it. I was like, oh, sweet.
No, he gave it to you?
Yeah, he gave it to
Oh,
me.
surprise. No
Yeah.
one ever budges. They always, and also, like, you offer the people, like, a reasonable amount of money. Like, okay, I'll give you $100. And they're like, no deal. And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to move on with my life. And you'll never get anything for it. So, like, well, I don't understand why anybody just doesn't take the
I
whatever
offered
it is.
$2,000 for Karate Orlando, but they didn't want to do it.
Really?
Yeah. They wanted like $3,500. I was like, fuck that.
Wait, are they
That
using
extra
it?
$1,500. I don't think no.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're just sitting on like.
Does it redirect to TomandDan.com?
All right. Semantics
Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Tom will never do my show.
I'll do your show. When do you want to do it?
Never.
I'll do it.
Oh, it's
You know
off the
what?
table.
It's off the
I
table.
was lying to begin with.
I already knew that.
Sunny Orange
He did my podcast.
I know.
Sunny Orange Productions.
racist.
Yeah. If you need video, call me. I'll come do it.
Yeah, Bustecker will do that if you need video or if you need a story told.
I only did Seth's podcast because I thought it was a racist podcast. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Come on, do not label. Stop putting this out there.
Go listen to it. There's some racism in it.
What?
I guarantee you.
Was there? I mean, there probably was.
Is that a Tom Hand guarantee?
Yeah.
But it was probably
I'm
it was
just
comedic racism.
I'm just
which is
doing the
fine.
MMA meathead math.
Anything else?
That's it.
Red Cypress Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Pre-cruise party, but it's an everybody party, so come on by. Guys, thank you so much for anybody that caught us live on Twitch. Thank you. Thanks to Donnell Rollins for doing the interview earlier today. That was super funny. Check that out. And guys, we'll see you Monday. And by Twitch. See you guys.